All right. Hey, welcome to GM Bela. We are ready for our Thursday campaign back in the amazing city of Port de Mali, where everything is legal for a price, as we find out. And we're excited to get back on that trail. And we are coming on a few weeks that you're watching where we will be, I think, probably missing a party member every week, I think is what it comes down to. Because it's summer and people go places. No, it's all good. And no, it's fun. And we're excited for that as everyone's vacationing, having a great time with family and the like. But just as a little note, as we will be figuring stuff out as we move through our story together. Now, you can support our players by spending those channel points. 800 channel points helps them get or gives them an advantage. Literally, DM inspiration. They get advantage on any roll, and then other than that, there is ways to treasure boost them should you want what they find to be increased. So, with that, all of the music so far today will be brought to you by Tabletop Audio. It's a free music resource, which is very, very cool. So, I think that's about all we have. And if you are interested in upcoming game stuff, there's more details that we have from The Rock. We have our original video and plus a little sound clip that we'll play as well during the break that you'll be able to get some information on. And continue. No, don't do that. Okay, so, very cool. Now, last we left off, our amazing group of adventurers, though strewn about and somewhat, I guess, pushed around as they may feel, I found themselves back into Port Somali inside a bar that they had tried to figure out something about it because they got there by enacting an ancient ritual of which they found just the pieces back in their ruins of Sepeska. Not being able to really figure anything out, they left and stopped Spark from going to jail, bailing her out right in the moment.
Well, right, fine.
Good.
I feel like we could have just left that part out, but whatever.
It was a great part of the story, but we're able to help that because Spark was curious, and the big thing she uncovered was something about the building seemed way too reinforced. And so, as paranoid as at first they seemed, Spark proved that there is something going on. So, after finally making them back to the vast homestead, in Portamali terms, that is the is run by Barrick's mom, we have her entertaining a certain guest, none of which they were totally aware of. No one had met them before, but they had quite an odd look to them. Somewhat white skin, nearly scaly, looking at them, bright yellow eyes, almost cat-like in appearance, with large spikes protruding, organic but almost iron-colored in nature, helping Mama hang some laundry. And the last question was to Mama, I believe from Spark. Who's your friend there, Mama?
Oh, honey child. Y'all look like hell. All right, I'll go get some potions ready. Why don't you introduce yourself, sweetheart? At which the yellow-eyed, white and red stained girl just looks at you and goes, "Oh, hi. I'm Kira."
You said looking like hell like it was a bad thing, and I'm going to take it as a compliment, so thank you.
Child. I got you. I'm gonna be switching voices all day. Oh God. Okay.
It's a pleasure, Kira. I'm sure my mom has told you our names, but I'm Barrick, and Hellion over there is Spark.
Thank
I
you.
recognize you two, and I believe Haliburum, but I don't think she's mentioned the other two of you. I'm sorry, I'm
That's
new.
all right. Hellebrum, Evelina,
And Righteous
Everton.
steps forward. And then Righteous Freejoy at your service. It's so wonderful to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
So how'd you come about meeting my moms?
You're muted, Molly.
And that's Rowan. Points to Rowan, who's in the back.
Feeling shy today.
Oh, my brother opened a home down in town. Your mama's been so sweet to help us with herbs and things like that. You know how it is with children. Everyone's sick.
Can I
Just
get
rub
the
my neck
description
knowing
one
that
more
there's no
time?
scar,
Because
but
I know she has an unusual appearance. Can you describe
She
it to me
is-
one more time?
Do you know what vertigo is?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being a normal skin tone, she's white and red, so she looks like she's plastered with blood.
Okay, but with
And
scales.
then they're very, yeah, it's not like normal skin, it's rougher, it's almost scale like, but it's not scaled.
Okay.
And then she has a row of spikes coming up her spinal cord and then around her head. And then she has yellow cat-like eyes.
Is this a common race, or this is something
You've never seen this
I've
before.
never seen this before?
Where are you from?
Little town. I never really had a town. I used to work with a carnival, and we travel a lot. So here, there, everywhere, I guess.
Are there other people like you?
Some. I guess I kind of have a situation like you and your stepbrother or foster brother.
He's not my brother.
Well, blood ain't always the only thing that makes you family. My brother's more of a, let's say, Haliburum's type.
I only met someone like me once. I was just wondering if you were like
I've never
me in the
met someone
sense
my
that
own age like me, but there's some youngins.
I was just wondering if we were the same in that regard.
No, I wish I could light fires.
No, I just meant that, we kind of we're the only ones of us. I'm the only
you're
one of
not
me.
the
You're
only
the only
one,
one of
sweetheart.
you.
I've seen other genasi.
What?
Genasi.
What is that?
That's what you are, sweetie, aren't you? You're a fire genasi.
She's gonna look at Barrick.
have I ever met any other Genasi?
No. Not fire, no. And they don't, and Josh, you don't look enough alike where you'd relate them by their types.
Okay. I just shrug my shoulders back and forth.
I mean, you're rare, honey, just like me, but you're not one of a kind.
I've only met I only met one other person like me.
So
But
there
he
you
was
go.
born like me.
Oh, were you created? That's
Well, I think
fascinating.
technically we are all created.
But yes, you got me there. I didn't start out this way.
How did you get created?
Now that is a long and painful story.
I would like to
Yeah.
cast Detect Thoughts using Subtle Spell.
Okay, so this would be wisdom saving throw.
I'm not sure if I'm
Griffith's thoughts is
trying.
If he's not crying,
It's just whatever's at the top of her mind.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so detecting service thoughts automatically.
okay, on that question, there is a dude getting pushed into a fire and my skin changing.
Okay. I just smile and nod. Like,
Woo! That's a
Absolutely.
loaded question.
Spark, we don't want to be rude. I mean,
I
let
was just
people have
asking.
their
It's not rude
privacy.
to
That's an
ask.
important thing.
It
Spark,
ain't
has
rude.
anyone we've ever met been like, "How are you like you"?
Well, to be honest,
Well,
at
to be
least she
honest,
looks
they
normal.
should ask more often. It's fucking interesting.
I don't have a problem with it. Do you know how many stares I get walking down the streets?
It's not rude to ask. It's not like they have to answer.
I would imagine, part of a carnival. Please tell me that this was willingly, that you weren't part of a carnival just because of your unique appearance.
Oh no, honey, it was willing.
Okay,
It was
good.
fun.
You must have been all over then.
All over.
Absolutely fascinating.
What part did you play?
Well, usually I was just helping out. I mean, I was a little young to be in the shows. I mean, I started when I was like 7.
Ah,
Dardo, on the other hand, he usually did the music. And I just kind of helped out with that.
a man of culture, I see.
That's one way to put it.
Is,
You wait. Go ahead.
is anyone listening in on our conversation?
Probably just Mama. Sorry.
Make a perception check, Evelina.
$22.
22. You you see down farm's just on the outskirts of the beat alley and the tumbles, and there's a person standing off just within the shadow of a tumble down place. They're thin, sort of gaunt, maybe middle-aged man who is dressed in essentially a black suit with a white tie.
Just that one person?
And is keeping track of all of you.
Okay. I'm going to say, well, as fascinating as this conversation is, perhaps we could go inside and have a sit down, a proper welcome.
Well, follow me. I'll lead everybody inside.
Righteous is
hanging the landry.
Righteous is going to lag a little bit behind Evelina, who's carrying the little Amelia baby. And detect thoughts is a 1-minute concentration. Do I detect any of Amelia's thoughts? Does she have thoughts yet?
I would say you get that she has intelligent thought, or they have intelligent thought. There's not thoughts that you can make out, though.
Okay.
Not information that you can get. But yes, they're thinking as humanoid or intelligent creatures think.
Okay. Very
Thought
cool.
patterns are there.
I think this is the first time I see the baby because it's on your back, right?
I'd be carrying, probably on my back at this point.
Kira's 100% going to be like, to the nose.
Well, it's one big ball of flesh.
Oh, yeah, where the nose should be. It's not weird. Dude, she's got cat eyes. There's
Like an
nothing.
egg. Like a fleshy egg.
It's like a big beach ball
Just attached to her back.
in a cloak that I've sewed up to hold it properly.
I think she'd be like, now that might be one of a kind.
Don't
Bigger
touch
on the
it.
house.
She'll cut your hand right the fuck off.
Evelina, you really won't
Oh.
cut people's hands off, right?
She definitely will cut people's hands off.
Haliburum, right where Kira goes to touch, you see the flesh kind of almost push towards the finger and then recede. But very, very slightly, like maybe a quarter of an inch.
Sorry, I didn't give Evelina a chance to
Alright.
respond to cutting people's hands off.
Yeah, Evelina goes right inside, sits down with the child, and kind of just finds a place to herself.
All right. I'll come in the humble home that is definitely made for many a guest. Mom is known for her hospitality, and there's always room, and there's always something cooking. always cold water that's ready to go. Some of you have been here before, and you know just kind of the drill. And I think kind of Barrick and Spark, you probably just almost not even thinking, grab food and water coming in, just kind of as habit. It seems very big. No one's gonna ask if you need anything. You're just expected to get it.
I think as they sit down, Mama's gonna be like, Kara, darling, can you help me just put some of this on some of these fools? And they'll start between the two of them, they'll start patching people up.
I don't think most of us need any
potions
patching up, actually.
Barrick, I think, definitely
Barrick
does.
Barrick
took a shock. Evelina hasn't taken a long rest. I don't know how she's doing. And Haliburum didn't take a long rest, so I don't know how he's doing either. But everybody else should be good.
Yeah, mostly you just look like crap. Like some of you have little crap on you, dried blood, different. I mean, you smell like you definitely look like you've been through hell.
Been a bad few days.
Prestidigitation, baby. I cleaned myself up in those.
I will happily let Kara take care of and clean me up. That's fine. That's great.
Oh my! No,
I'll
that's
stretch
not
out my back a little bit, get a little bit of a back scratch. I just thank you. You don't know how hard it's been.
Oh, you a city boy. That's all right, sweetheart. Just sit.
All right, what would you like to do?
I think Haliburum would definitely be like, Barrick, so you don't remember what happened afterwards, right?
After what exactly?
How we got from the ruins here.
Yeah, we walked. Like
How did we walk out of the trees?
on our feet? I haven't been able to bring Anbar back.
Yeah, but I'm saying, weren't they expecting a head of a demon? Did we kill that demon?
I thought we did.
You thought we did? I feel like if we were killing a demon, you probably remember that pretty good.
I don't know. We went through a lot of hardship on this trip. Realistically, I'd like to forget a lot of it.
Okay, but it's a little weird that we got here.
I mean, you always think I'm weird, so that's nothing new.
No, I'm just saying the series of events is a little weird as you remember them, right?
Seems pretty normal to me. We finished up what we had to do and we walked back.
Except we kind of didn't.
We didn't. Well, we did, but not all the way. Like, it was just like a step, and we was back, and we didn't have to fight a demon, and we didn't go through no trees.
So when we ended up going down into one of the sarcophagi, and there was this.
Just an empty cave.
No, it was this bar, and we did the ritual there, and a portal got opened, and we all went through the portal.
Ritual? You mean that one you did on like that third night of walking?
No.
The
Evelina, what happened to his brain?
Rebella? Barrick's...
Yes, honey.
Barrick's dealing with some memory loss.
Well, darling, I'm not a wizard, but I would assume it's modified memory.
All right. All I know is that maybe you've got resources. Is there anything you have that can...
Oh, honey, that's not a skill I have.
Okay.
Can I try smacking him in the head?
I would. I mean, siblings. Mama just looks at Kara like, don't encourage this.
I didn't hear a no. Spark says that she's like bringing her hand up.
I don't think
Kara like blocks so Mama can't see it.
I don't think.
Cast prestidigitation and put a fart smell in Spark's face.
You're so
away
rude.
from me.
I'm definitely gonna smack you now. just smack him upside the head.
Well, even if you don't remember, we're gonna tell you what happened. So, Haliburum kind of like goes through the long version of like the tavern, doing the ritual, and like how we use the rose that grew to go through the portal, and we all went through into the other tavern, and how it was really, really weird and sketchy, and then got out, and then he immediately had this weird mind thing and had to go eat a magical cupcake, and suddenly he doesn't remember.
Yeah, that sounds fake to me. That sounds
Yeah,
like something
all
Spark would
5
come
of
up
us
with.
got together and we thought, oh, be funny as hell is if we made Barrick think he was going crazy. Because you know how
would
Evelina...
in fact think that was funny.
I would think that was funny.
Barrick,
Evelina? Does she seem like the joking type to you?
Seems
Haliburum?
like something that she would just sit out of and just be like, do whatever you want.
Evelina?
Evelina's distracted by the child.
look, Barrick, we both know that I would never lie to you. Everything that they have told you is absolutely true. Something
Like
weird's
Mama
going
at
on.
this point is just like,
Evelina,
Yes.
can you tell Barrick how we got here?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about how we got here.
How we got where?
To the tavern.
To the tavern.
Yeah.
I don't know if Beric's ready for that.
And then I'm gonna look at Barrick.
I just keep eating because I think that Spark's messing with me.
Alright, very well. What's the next step here, friends?
I want to go back to that bar.
I actually have some things I need to mail. Where's the post in Port de Mali?
Mom would be able to tell you that, as would anyone, the ones who lived here, that the best way there, there is actually close to where you are now, there is a box you could drop things off just off the tumble downs that does get picked up and is 24/7 guarded by Stelazzo.
Salazar?
please.
Yeah,
Please.
these are guards.
The guard.
Oh, right, okay.
Evelina,
Yes, Spark.
are you all right?
Of course, I'm just very tired.
You seem less stabby than usual.
Motherhood to do that to someone.
No, not first. She was more stabby.
I think I'm going to go to the post. I will return.
Can I come with you?
If you'd
Certainly.
like, I'm happy to babysit. I don't want you to get exhausted.
Actually, I was going to bring Amelia with me. I'm going to cast invisibility on the child.
Okay.
Barrick and Haliburum, while they're running an errand, there's something I want to talk to you about.
I finish
okay.
up eating and go do my dish. Yeah, what's up? We wanted. This thing's been vibrating in my pouch for a while. Should we look into this?
I would love to. I, being a good friend, I know Evelina. I think she would like to join us when we go to the Underseum. What I want.
Barrick, do you pull it out?
Yeah.
Okay, when you pull it out, it shines, and there's actual silver writing that kind of appears on it, and it says, "We've been giving a payment for you and your group. Please come and get it at earliest convenience. Your employer wishes to convey job well done.
Well, actually, maybe that resolves the concern I had. I wanted to close our contract with Aaron Tail.
What time of day is it? Because I don't remember from last time.
Currently, it's around noon.
Well, if y'all are done eating,
Have Evelyn and Spark already left?
I think they did, but we can see what they're what we can go over to that group and see how that goes. If that's where you guys wanted to be.
Well, I thought Righteous wanted to talk to Haliburum and Barrack.
Oh, it was about Aaron Tail and closing the deal. It feels like it just barely got resolved with magical text messaging. But I
don't think
Evelina...
that was the payment for, that was the Underseam stuff. I don't think Aaron Tail's stuff was related.
I only have one contract in my brain. Did we have a second contract? We should go to the Underseam and see what's going on. I don't want to reach out to Aaron Tail if he thinks we've done a good job. But if this isn't him, then we can reach out to him afterwards. That's all I was going to say, is I'd like to close that. But I want Evelina. Righteous, it's important to Righteous to make introductions for Evelina to the Underseam.
Okay. Well, let's see what's going on. So this is Spark and Evelina, or Haliburum and Evelina?
Spark and Evelina.
Okay. Two
Yeah, Evelina would have dropped her armor, so she's kind of dressed back in her regular clothes to not draw suspicion.
Mm-hmm. So the post you are going to, the nearest one, is actually going to be in the Beaded Alley.
Okay.
Which isn't too far, about a 10-minute walk.
All right. So yeah, I'm going to go there. I've got a couple of things I have to send. So I go into the building. What am I looking at here?
Yeah, so as you come into the building, it's very simple, very made for utility. Not really a lot of art on here other than just bright colors, which the Beaded Alley is known for. And you see there's essentially a line, four to be distinct, that takes about 10 minutes to get through. Of various people, some packages, some letters. See the rates going. It's managed by 3 individuals. You see 2 humans and a goblin taking care of almost everything. The shortest line right now is the goblins to get in. And as the goblin themselves, seems actually be fairly young, maybe maybe 10. Which goblins live to be about 25, so they're kind of middle-aged almost, and they're moving through what they need. They're kind of going really quick, clambering up, see, kind of making some of their skills that maybe they learn in the dark or not to use, and they look at you very excitedly. Yes, ladies. How can I help you? Do you have things to send?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. And I'm going to take out 2 things, well, actually 3 things. 2 of them are letters, and one of them is a package that's fairly decent sized. And I put the package and the letter on one side, and I say, these have to be sent to Taldore.
Taldore, okay.
Yes. Very urgent.
Okay. He starts looking through some records, or just making notes. Nothing's due. And then he looks at some other logs. Because it looks like, I can't tell you when it would get there, but I would say about 10 gold.
10 gold. Do you have an estimate?
From what I can tell, we're going to have to put this on a ship that I believe, not believe, we have a ship record, should be leaving to Todori in a few weeks. They're taking the long way around due to their unique geography there. Where in I mean, I can get to Todori. Where in Todori?
Both of these are going to need to be sent to the Alabaster Lyceum.
Oh, yes.
One is a personal item.
Okay. Making some notes. And I know if they're both being sent there, between the customs and Oman, it's going to be about 15 gold. I would guess maybe 1 to 2 months.
All right, that will have to do. All right, and this other letter here will need to be sent to Rexentrum.
Oh, well, that we can do. The to whom is pretty easy. For Rexentrum, they'll be able to do that for a letter, 2 silver.
Fair enough. So that's 15 gold, 2 silver.
Oh, absolutely. Letter should be 2-3 weeks.
That will work.
All right. Of course, things happen on the road, but we will put it all on.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand those over. Get a receipt, I guess.
Yeah, as much as this is... It's very dangerous because you're literally sending people through monster-ridden lands and such things
Of course.
in this world, so it's like, okay, sure, we'll do that.
All right.
And then I think... Yeah, so Todori can happen right away, and then they're saying they probably will begin the process of the letter in 3 to 4 days. They're looking for enough volume to build it up for the Rexentrum ride.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to head out of there, unless there's something Spark needed to send.
No.
And then if you don't want to mention on stream, can you just tell me what you sent, please?
Sure.
In the
I'll
Discord.
send it to you.
Yep.
Wedding invites. That's my guess.
See, the only way that Evelyn is sending that out is if we walked home.
Oh, Matt, I did want to ask you, if I had Animal Messenger and I sent a bird from Port Damali, would it make it to the Greenwood in 5 days? Logistics. Because I don't think that they'll be able to send letters all the way into Storehouse. Like, cause I just don't think they would do that.
You'd probably be contracting an individual at a higher rate. Or you could possibly go through them and they might have they essentially make a job board, and if somebody wants to make that trek they can, but it wouldn't be something they normally would do enough of. It would basically, the offices here would try to essentially subcontract that out for a fee.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they do. Okay,
So I was like, if I could have an Animal Messenger send it, that would totally be
I
so much
see.
easier.
Because you're thinking of casting it at what,
Fourth
5th
level.
4th level. Okay.
Which it already gives me 24 hours, and
Right,
then
so it'd be
every
5.
level gives me 48.
Okay, so covering about 50 miles for a flying messenger. So I would assume you do a flying one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 800 miles along the road just from Port Damali to Nicodranus, based on the legend on this map that
Yeah.
Matt had given
But
us.
it wouldn't do the road, it would be doing a direct route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give or take.
It's still like 600 miles.
Ugh.
And then to
No,
get
it wouldn't
to
make it.
Charis would be another 700.
Why didn't I be a cleric? I could just use sending.
Yeah, so 55, that would be 250 miles. I believe is what you could possibly get out of that. So yeah, it would not get there. It would Westport Tamale. There we go. Yeah, you could potentially get to Phelan from Port Tamale, but not much further than that.
I've sent all the information.
Maybe Port Zune.
That's okay. Now that I have an idea, I'll probably see how we can move ourselves. Or who knows? Maybe I'll get contacted.
Hint, hint, DM. Is that what you're trying to?
No, just like, hey, because basically it's like I definitely feel like Haliburum would want to tell like them like, hey, this whole like mission thing turned out to be a lot bigger than like we planned, guys. Like a disturbance in nature was pretty vague. This is pretty big.
All right. So does Evelina and Spark head right back, or is there something else they had to do?
I just wanted to talk to Evelina on the way back.
Okay.
On the way back, Spark will just say, you mentioned earlier that you lost someone.
Yes.
And I didn't really give you a chance to talk about it.
I was attempting to relate to your circumstance. But yes, I did. I lost my mother, actually, on a routine investigation.
What happened?
Well, something occurred. I'm not entirely certain of all the details, but I made a few careless errors, and my brother almost perished as well. However, thankfully, that did not occur. There isn't really too much to tell, to be honest with you, other than it was through my own fault.
Yeah, I kind of killed my mama too. I didn't have any brothers, but I did kill my dad.
And how did that occur?
Well, it's kind of funny because it's basically the exact same story you just told. Except there was more fire involved.
Yes, mine was more shadow and darkness.
You know, I wasn't born like this. With all the fire.
I was going to ask, especially after your discussion back at your home with who I assume is your adoptive mother.
Kinda. It's kind of weird to call them my family, you know? Because then it's like, what was my first family? You know?
Well, family is a strange thing that often changes. And take me, for example. I'm all of a sudden married.
Yeah.
A child who's currently invisible on my back so that they don't raise suspicions.
Yeah. That is pretty wild.
Yes. Well, thankfully, I think I can trust Haliburum. I don't think he's hiding any more children from me or anything.
That was beautiful. Yeah. I kind of wonder if you could figure out how I got the fire.
So you believe it was magical in nature?
Yeah.
Well, actually, certainly. As a matter of fact, if there's a library here in the city, perhaps later we could go and look into metamorphosis magic. And
I think it has to do with a bird.
a bird. What sort
Yeah.
of bird?
A bird made out of fire, I think.
Matt, would I know anything about a firebird and transformation magic or anything like that?
It's a pretty sick car.
Make a religion check, I guess.
All right.
It's a bit obscure.
That is a 19.
Yes.
No. That
Damn
wouldn't be enough. What you do become aware of, Evelina, is during this conversation, there are two figures following the two of you now. You can't get a good look at them. One seems very large. Just large, like not humongous, but more like six feet tall. The other is about average size. That's about all you can really get at this point.
Okay. And are they dressed similar to the one from earlier?
No.
How far back are they?
They're making their way through the crowd, but they're passive. You just kind of start picking them up as they're moving through. They're not the stealthiest individuals, actually, and if you'd have to roll to get a good amount of information. You kind of aware that there's two following you. If you're going to turn and try to get detail, this is going to, if you don't want them to notice you.
No. I'm just going to say to Spark, Spark, let's move quicker. I think we're being followed.
Can I kill him?
No, we don't know who they are.
Okay, I feel like that doesn't mean I can't kill him.
Well, they could be on our side, but I'm suspicious. Let's just walk faster, get back to the home, and regroup. I saw someone earlier that seemed to be looking at us from afar, and I'm wondering if this is correct.
Follow me. And Spark is going to take some back alleys that only like kids would know, that don't really seem to lead anywhere. But if you jump through over this dumpster or whatever, then you can get through to this lady's backyard, and she's cool, so she'll let you walk through. That kind of shit. Because she grew up here. She's going home. Like, she would know all the random back alleys.
Tell you what, make a survival check with advantage.
Can I help?
How are you going to give me more advantage?
I don't know. 3. Roll 3.
I mean, Evelina could fly them.
I mean, I can rewind time if this doesn't work. So.
Fuck. 13.
Okay.
Jeez.
I have a +5. I rolled a nat 1 and an 8.
You know what? That's an ability check.
It is.
I am going to rewind time.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah.
What?
It could be much worse, but I want to see it.
What does that mean?
I mean, you need to re-roll.
Oh, your wizard ability. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm using my time turner.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is it's a 13.
It was meant to be. I'll keep it.
Okay. move fairly quickly. 13, you're able to go the route pretty well, and I'll say that when you make it back to Mama's, it's not you don't quite see them, but just you were able to get peeks of them as they were trying to follow. You get that they generally know the direction you went. Like they probably have a section that you know they were going to, but they don't know what house you went into. Is the feeling that you get.
I wasn't. Well, I mean, I was trying to lose them a little bit, but I mostly wanted to determine for absolute certain that they are following us, because there's no other reason that they would have taken those paths. And
correct. So they did actually go. So actually, one started going down the paths, and they were like, as you were hopping fences and like making a, like putting your hand on to kind of give yourself leverage, they just kind of like straight up like leaped over without any help. You got the feeling you were able to get a little bit of a look. They did have like longer clothes that seemed to obscure like some of their, or most of their features. So they are cloaked, but they seemed very strong.
Gotcha.
And so there was times where they just lost you occasionally. Unless you don't want to lose. If you want to kind of confront them or something, that's fine too. The other one took more of a route to kind of keep an eye out. And I would say you definitely got the feeling that they could communicate somehow.
Okay.
And Spark, you definitely like sensed that the one running on the outside was just had arcane energy ready to pop, but didn't find an opportunity to do so.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as we get inside, I think Spark just like leans against the door and just kind of collapses in front of the door. And then just sits there like waiting to see if someone busts the door down.
Doesn't come.
Are they back with us or just in a random house?
No,
Well,
we're in Mama's house. That's yeah.
So they come in. If you're quiet, you do just kind of see the two figures kind of meet up, walk back and forth along the street for a little bit, and then away into the tumble downs.
Everything okay? You look a little nervous there, Spark.
Yeah, I think someone's gonna bust down the door, but I'm not real
You're
sure.
scorching the door, Spark. Get your hair off of it.
Well, I'm sorry. Next time someone wants to bust down the door, I'll just let them.
What trouble did you get into now?
I didn't do nothing.
Why does she have to be in trouble?
Oh,
Exactly.
We have a little bit of history here.
Okay.
And this
Her
sounds
first
like older
reaction
brother,
is-
little sister bullshit to me.
Her first reaction is burn it down, ask questions later.
Ain't
I
nothing
did
wrong
not
with that.
touch nothing. I did not talk to no one. I did not do nothing.
She
Evelina?
did quite well. She was the reason we got back as quickly as we did.
See, it wasn't my fault.
Well done, Spark. Evelina,
Yes.
the Underseam has reached out to us about some compensation for a job we've done, and it feels like the kind of place that you would love. Have you ever been to the Underseam before?
Only on a date. No. No, never been to the Underseam.
Well,
So, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Who's following you?
We're
I
not
don't know.
certain.
What
One
they look
was
like?
Very large, and the other.
Powerful.
I also saw someone when we first came to town. I wasn't certain if they were watching us or not, but these two most certainly were following us.
Are they still outside the window? Or they walked away already?
They kind of paced back and forth for a minute and then walked away.
I don't think they saw what house we went to. They might be searching this area.
Hey, Deanne,
right.
can Kira see them or no?
If you look out, I would say. I mean, I'm not sure if they were waiting, they definitely. If you wanted to look out the window, you could have seen them walk like briefly. Depending on the timeline where this conversation was happening.
Okay.
We might have to stay here a moment before we do anything.
Okay. Are you nervous that they know about Amelia?
Amelia was invisible as far as these two were concerned.
Visibility isn't 100% dependent on abilities.
True. However, they weren't exactly the stealthiest.
Well, they seem to be dissipating, but that doesn't mean they're out more.
What I'm saying is, if they know it's us, then they know that this is where we're gonna be. We're
They
not.
didn't though.
So
if
these
they-
people don't know us. Does
Correct.
that make sense? That logic?
Right, and if this were connected to
Yeah.
the other person, then they would already know where we are. So
Right. So this, what I'm saying is, this doesn't feel like it's the Myriad. The Myriad knows who we are and who we spend our time with.
how does the Myriad know you?
I'm a
It's a
popular
really,
person. Many
really
people know me.
long story.
Right.
Y'all live very complicated lives.
It was not all to do with Righteous. It had actually a lot to do with a old friend named Vera, and she was it's a long
Oh, is this
fucking
Sapphira's
story.
father? Or mother? I'm so confused by the stories in this town.
Yeah, Sapphira's mother. Well, actually, it was more Sapphire. I shouldn't talk about it. The point is, Righteous was involved a little bit, but mostly it was not his fault.
Thank you. Thank you. Everyone has a little bit of flavor in their life, and that was a more flavorful time of mine. Oh, last month. Anyway, what I'm saying is that these people, if they're following you to see where you are going, the Myriad would know that you're going here. I mean, this is
Yeah,
your
they'd
home.
stake out Sapphira's or Mama's for sure. Like
So
I
this-
don't know.
Couldn't be the Myriad, which
Yeah.
means it's either people connected to that bar.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Why would people from a bar care where you live?
It's
I
some
did-
bar.
Well, we
All
traveled
bars
there
are
by a
some
magic
bars.
portal, and then I tried to blow up their roof one time. But it was the portal thing mostly, I think.
All
Y'all
right.
still going on with that story?
So, Kira, how long did you say you've been here?
About a month and a half.
And you came here from the carnival?
Yes.
I want to do an insight check on Kira.
Well,
That's a natural 1.
I would never tell a lie.
Seems pretty honest.
Yes, all sorts of stories. They're amazing. Tell them about the fire juggling centaur.
Well, I mean, he was good. The Minotaur was better at it, though. Except when he cinched his fur. Then he didn't want to do it no more.
So, Evelina, you and Haliburum,
Yes.
as the priority guard, the mother, father, I don't know, of Amelia, you're the ones that get to make the call, in my book. Do we hide, or do we go about our business? Do we try to get at
Well,
us?
Not to interject, but if you need somewhere to hide where a baby ain't going to be obvious, we did just open a home. Maybe I'm using the wrong term. I think you guys, orphanage. So there's a lot of
We
We
babies.
can't
a lot
put the
of wee
baby in an orphanage.
No, I
Holy
mean to
shit, could we
hide
not put
there.
that baby in an orphanage?
I meant
Oh my
to
god, I
hide
think
there.
literal God's wrath of hellfire and all kinds of shit would fall upon us if we put that baby in an orphanage.
Who runs this?
I didn't mean to keep the baby in the orphanage. I meant for you to hide there. There's
Right.
a lot of babies. It's easier to hide one among many.
Yeah,
If-
it doesn't exactly look.
If she was anything close to a normal baby, that might work. But
Darling, do I look like a normal being to you?
Yeah, that's not exactly.
she's a ball.
I saw.
I think Kira's providing us a place of refuge where
Yeah.
people don't know where we are. They know we're around here. If we can
But
get
as
from
for who runs it, it's run by my brother.
Well, that's a very kind offer, but I did make a pledge to someone to protect this.
But you're
child.
saying we had there with the baby?
That's what I'm saying. Y'all hide there with the baby. It's
Oh.
easier to hide with a child among many children.
Valid point. I misunderstood.
Oh, no, honey, I wouldn't take your baby.
Neither
Inside
would
check.
I, Evelina.
I'm inciting both of them. That's a natural one.
Woo! I am unincitable.
I'm telling you.
That was for both of them. I think you trust Righteous a little bit more.
Don't trust him. I just don't think he was telling me a lie.
In that
I'm gonna,
moment.
I'm gonna take the temporary HP for telling a lie that I get from my Weaver of Lies feature.
There you go.
I am not, because I wasn't lying.
I watch as his wounds heal. All right.
And
Well-
as for protection, if they want to try to get through a couple hundred Dragonborn, be my guest.
I think the orphanage might be an interesting avenue to check out.
I'm sorry, did you say a couple hundred Dragonborn?
My brother's a little prolific.
What?
I mean, you know the saying about bards. Well, he fits it to a T.
He's like the opposite of Haliburum.
Where are these Dragonborn from?
From the carnival and around and around, and we made a lot of pit stops, and he made a lot of women happy.
Oh, Haliburum would get along fine with
They,
it.
they told you this personally.
Well, they ain't complaining, and there's a lot of wee little dragonborn. Or half-breed dragonborn, or I'm not sure on some of them what breed.
I think the question is, how do we get from here to there?
Where's the orphanage exactly?
It's right next to Sappara.
Yeah, cool. I feel like I would also know back alleys to that place. I'm going to make a pretty strong argument that I know how to get
Yeah.
from my house to Sapphira's.
We might as well check it out, I suppose.
Matt, I would like to cast Disguise Self on myself just to make myself look like someone I've seen around, kind of. Just blend in better so I
Sure.
don't look like me. And I'm going to actually step out early and trail the party to try to see who's trailing the party.
Okay. Sounds good.
Don't go too fast, Spark. In fact, I will connect with Spark using my telepathic ability in case I get lost.
What's the range on that?
The range, it's that weird aberrant mind one. So the range is
Oh,
4
okay.
miles.
Nice.
Go
It's
real
got
fast, Spark.
The weird
Get out of 4
scaling.
miles easy.
Yeah, so I'm going to look like a young dwarf with a beard that's just a little bit better than Barrick's.
I'm not sure where we got this map of Port Damali, but according to the legend, Port Damali is enormous.
It is.
Like thousands of miles long.
Yeah, that's why we only really know our area.
It's large.
Yeah, it's not thousands of miles long. I believe
Yeah,
that is a misprint throughout. I think it was a misprint when it was printed, and they just kept it.
I was like, wait a second. This thing is like 6,000 miles long. So that doesn't sound right.
I think that's
There's that map for me, Jonathan. That'd be
yeah.
so I don't have to search because I'm lazy.
Trying to get
Okay.
back on my character sheets to see if I have anything to help us travel, but we'll see.
So yeah. So, are you just doing it in day, or do you want to wait till night? What do you want to do here?
No, let's
I think,
go.
I think we want to go now.
Yeah, might as well. No time like the present. I'm going to talk to the child real quick before we leave.
Yeah, I would say on that legend, I think for now we're consider I guess feet. So that does seem a little.
I ain't got nothing to help. Okay.
Go feet there.
How many characters I had to remember?
So invisibility on the child. Sounds good. So, start making your way. I think I think it's easy enough to blend in initially. You start.
I'm gonna put on a hat so that
Going,
I'm
and you're trying to go back alley. So then I'll say everyone except Righteous then go ahead and make us. Actually, no, this will just be Evelina and Spark. Go ahead and make stealth checks with advantage for just kind of knowing the back alleys here.
All right.
Okay.
guidance.
I'm gonna roll my physical dice because D&D Beyond has been not my friend lately.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome.
Dig
I'm
out.
just gonna put a hand on Evelina's shoulder and be like, "You good, girl?" Give her guidance.
All right.
I'm more worried about the baby, so Sorry, Spark.
No, that's fine.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's much better. That's a 14 and a 17, and my stealth is +1, so 18.
I got a 12.
With guidance.
With
With
guidance?
guidance
Oh no!
and
Wow.
advantage.
Wow.
Okay. So as the whole group moves, Righteous, you see these kind of in burlap clothing, these more hooded figures, one large, one skinnier, begin to just kind of pick up the trail. You see that they've spotted Evelina.
Okay.
And there's someone near you.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of walk, in their direction. I'm imagining we're in a city street, so I'm just kind of close-ish to them.
Yeah, so the Tumble Downs is a very is more like rundown
Oh, so
area.
I imagine there's other people on the road.
There's some other people, yeah, but it's not crowded. It's not a
Okay.
crowded thing.
I'm not trying to hide.
Yeah, but there are and they're keeping as they're going through the alleys. You're not on Main Street. You're on like Spark says she's going between alleys and hopping over fences. So if you start to hop over a fence with them,
they're gonna know I'm there.
But you probably have a little bit of time before that particular move is made if you want to do something.
I do. I want a twin spell through psionic sorcery, so it's subtle, fast friends on both of them. Assuming they're humanoid, I'd like them to make a DC 15 wisdom save.
Sure. One sec.
I'd also like them both to fail.
All right, sorry, so to get this up. Okay, so one gets 16.
Okay. I'm going to use that silvery barbs trick, but I don't know if I need to twin it yet. Depending on
The other has 15.
15's the DC. I need to do better on all of that. One day you're going to consistently fail my saves, Matt. It's going to be great. So I'll twin the psionic silvery barbs. Can I twin that and have it affect both?
Is that a twinnable spell? I genuinely don't know.
I do not. I mean,
single target, right?
Well, the advantage would go to someone else. So does that make it multiple target? I don't know. It would be useful to know because
I know you can't twin like dragon breath, even though the initial target is 1, but the effect then targets 2.
Look it up here. As a spell that targets only one creature and doesn't have a range of self. Sorcery points equal to the spell level. Spell.
I think the advantage might mess it up.
Yeah, I think advantage makes it untwinnable.
Well, that's terrible news. Well, then I'll just silvery barbs one of them because that's all I can do.
Okay. So so the psionic casting can work with the silvery barbs and makes it subtle. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, psionics would make it have 0 components at all.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay. They rolled higher.
Oh my word. Okay, well then that was just a giant whiff.
You can give yourself advantage.
I will give Jackie advantage. He's not within range, so he'll have to go to me. Yeah, I don't want to.
Oh wait, so this was. I'm sorry. So that's right, because you did fast friends. Okay, so look at this. So, because that when it ends, people know you cast it.
Totally, they would know. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by me. But these creatures weren't charmed by me.
Yeah, they don't know it's you, but you can tell. I would say that they're aware something just happened.
Okay.
And interesting. Well,
I'll use a bonus action on that same round. Action, reaction, bonus reaction to just recharge sorcery points.
okay. You got it.
Is that the character death music I'm hearing?
I'm just trying to help my friends get away. I'm just trying to protect the baby. I'm innocent and pure.
Pure
A
evil.
likely story.
Pure lies.
So they know something.
Oof. Yeah, they're more aware now. They're kind of looking around.
Nothing else. You caused a distraction.
Yeah. A very expensive one, just so you guys know.
No.
Is that time for a long rest yet?
We're still mentally connected, aren't we?
The orphanage
We
is not going to
are.
have nice beds.
I'll keep you updated that I've distracted them, but haven't been able to stop them. They
Okay.
know they're they're following your trail.
Okay.
So we're all heading to the orphanage.
What if we split up?
A bunch of dragonborn babies and half-breeds.
What if we split up?
Who are you talking to? Because
Just everybody here. I mean,
Oh,
I think it would just be Haliburum and I then splitting off.
who are they tracking?
You and Spark.
yeah, it looks like they're following you in Spark.
Okay, I'm going to take the child, hand it to Haliburum.
Okay.
She's still invisible, so
Okay.
but the sack is still there. So
yeah. What if you guys go walk on the main roads? Barrick could guide you.
How
And-
close are these people?
I mean, they're some time away from all of you because they're keeping their distance.
And
Because I want to make
Evelina
sure I
can
can
go on the
block
back road.
Evelina handing the child over. Just even if it's just, flipping out my coat or...
Well, I could not prestidigitation. What do I have? Nope, I don't have that one. Never mind.
get the child to safety. I'll meet you there.
yeah, Barrick and Haliburum, you go take the main roads. We'll
Who do you
take
want me
the
to go with?
back alleys. Go
Go with them.
with kid.
Be safe. Don't take any risks.
Yeah, I would never do that.
We'll be fine.
Like
We're right behind
the
you.
main road.
I am going to do something real quick. I need a D8. One, 7. Okay. I'm going to reach into my bag. I'm going to grab out a weasel, a giant badger, and a dire wolf. And I'm going
Fantastic.
to get them to the orphanage. And they'll go with Evelina Spark and yeah.
Is that a hat of tricks?
That's a bag of tricks.
A bag of tricks.
So once it goes through, they run, and they are trying to keep pace with the animals that you just sent.
The guys do?
Yeah.
They're trying to
What?
keep pace with my animals?
Well, you sent Spark, Evelyn, and Haliburum.
No, I'm going
Haliburum's
with
on the main
Haliburum and
road.
Barrick. I sent the animals to go with Evelina and Spark
Okay, so
as extra protection.
they're more or less at this point trying to push past you.
Past us to follow them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
well, we
just
would've-
So he's
hold on.
one of them
Time
going
out,
right
just
past
so we're
me?
really clear. So Spark and Evelina are still taking the back alleys with the 3 animals. Heliburum has the child,
Yes,
is with Barrick and Kira on the main roads.
yes.
In fact, as they're running, you see the smaller one put their hands on the bigger one, and they both float into the air,
Okay,
and they've given themselves fly.
but they're following Spark and Evelina with the
Matt?
animals and not the baby.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Okay,
like to
cool. I
cast
just
a
wanted to
spell
clarify.
Okay.
on so the small one is riding the big one, or are they both able to fly?
They're
Both able to fly. So you see the one essentially cast a fly spell.
Okay. Never mind. I misunderstood and need to think more.
But it is one spell, right?
Yeah, he just cast it at a higher level, so it goes on 2 targets.
Are we fighting them or are we leaving?
You all are getting to the orphanage.
Yeah, we're gonna take a detour.
I don't know. They'll attack, just so you know, the animals.
They're following us. We're gonna lead them in the totally fucking opposite
Yeah, so you're
direction.
gonna be able to
Evelina and I
say-
are exactly on the same page
Then
here.
I will take Barrick and Haliburum to the orphanage.
As this happens, they will get some extra speed, and the large one speaks, the voice feminine in nature. We just want to talk to you, please.
All right,
in-
so your
in-
piece.
I'm going to insight that real quick.
Natural one. Oh wait, no, that's just on me.
It is a natural one.
You need
No,
to
I'm
burn
not
your
joking.
dice.
Dice
Oh my
jail
God.
immediately.
Natural one
Burn
insight.
that dice.
Dice
Burn
jail
I'm putting that one
immediately.
away, and we're going to move on to this one today. Okay. Wow. I am not insightful today.
No.
So, yeah, I'm going to stop. Yes, that's what they asked for. I'm not wanting this to become violent. I will stop.
Okay, and they kind of fly down a little bit of a. If this was in the more main streets, it probably would have caused more of a commotion. But in the tumble downs, it's just kind of see this happening, and they float and their feet touch again, and a little closer, you see the sign of weaponry, but the one that has the largest weapon, and neither of them really. Both of them have their hands away. They're not reaching. They are armed, and they kind of look at each other. and one takes down their hood, revealing fiery hair that burns and glows.
What?
What?
Is this the same guy I saw in the woods earlier?
It's a woman.
What?
Large, muscular woman, it seems. She looks... Sorry. We don't see a lot. Just wanted to talk. We didn't mean to scare you.
What?
Don't see a lot that look like us. And we wanted to talk. We didn't
Spark's
mean
just
to
kind of
scare you.
staring at this point, like she has no words for the first time.
Yes. Yes, and take the other one. This one looks. The other one takes their hood down, and it appears as though their hair is on fire as well. Their flames are not orange, though. Theirs are purple and black.
Huh. How did you get your fire?
Yes. We're fire? You're fire?
Yeah, but yours is different. Where'd you get it?
I mean, mine looked like yours originally. Just, changed a few things. It's not important.
Okay. Where did you get your fire originally?
Oh, look at each other. We were both born this way.
Okay, everybody fucking born this way. Oh.
You weren't.
No, it's kind of a long story. Well, what did you want? What did you want to know? I mean, you followed me to talk to me, right?
The large one speaks. I wasn't born looking like this, though. It was always part of who I was. Wasn't until I was older that it's manifested. A curse, my father said. Curse of our ancestor. But we just...
So, was everyone born like this? And then it manifests?
The man speaks up. I was not. I was born to someone who burned themselves. They were fire, and I came looking like this, as was my wife, and would have been our children had she not perished.
Who are you guys?
The man speaks. I go by the name Pyro. And as the woman speaks, I am Ismora.
Spark.
Pyro laughs. See, I'm not the only one. We just wanted to meet you. You obviously were going somewhere. We didn't mean. We were looking for something.
Is it a firebird by chance?
Yes. We're not Ismore says, I know, listen, sometimes it can seem a little strange, so I don't want to do anything that would make you feel uncomfortable. But yes, we were both chosen by the bird, and we were just, I guess we were hoping to talk to you and just see if you knew anything and ever talked to them, and maybe just sit down and talk, that's all.
Are you looking to kill him or free them?
Look at each other. See, the woman, or Hismora, hesitates. Pyro speaks right up. I will be freeing them.
You know why they were trapped?
I don't care, really.
You know what's going to happen if you let it go?
I do.
What's that?
I will have my wife resurrected.
And then what?
What comes next doesn't matter, does it?
I think it matters.
I don't.
Well, what if they go kill my brother next?
I don't think that will happen.
But you don't know.
No, I don't.
So I think it matters a lot what happens after that.
Well, then I suppose people would kill it. And I don't care about that either.
But see, maybe, and just maybe, it did do a lot of that, and people tried to kill it, and they couldn't kill it, and that's why it's trapped. Just a theory.
Or, says Ismora, they were chained because they were misunderstood, misthought of, thought dangerous when they were just trying to be a child and enslaved.
I feel like, no offense, I feel like this is a little about you and not really about the bird anymore.
The point is, yes, I know how Deseret has told me that they will not burn anything, that they were misunderstood. And I know what it's like to be different, to be fiery, and people think of it as a danger. So
what do you need me for?
I don't need you.
Okay.
I saw you and wanted to talk, like I said, just meet somebody who looked like us. And we've been traveling together, him and I, and never met somebody.
Huh.
It wasn't, to the best of our knowledge, the other person we seek is actually up in Hupperduke that we'll be heading towards, but I don't know. Maybe we thought you were her, or maybe we just wanted to talk. We just would you not run after someone who looked like you? And
No,
say,
in
hey?
fact, fun fact, I did do that a little bit. Well, it's a long story. But what do you mean you thought I might be her? Who are you looking for?
I don't know a name. I just know she's another born of fire, and we tracked her to Hupperduke.
So, I only ever meet people who say they were born with this. Except for you said you weren't born looking like this.
No.
And it manifested later.
Yes.
And I guess my question is that the only way? Is you're born like this or you're cursed with it?
Father again. It's ultimately. I'm not. Pyro. Yes. What I think is you have to have some type of affinity with elemental power. Somehow. And possibly, though, like most are born. You're right. Most are either looking like this or not. Some might be able to change if they were touched or close enough to a source, if they just were already predisposed, I guess you could say. It's complicated. I don't know everything about it myself, and Ismora's more. It's my family made a deal with some fire beings long ago.
Right.
I have a castle actually. It's quite nice. Part of the deal, but that's where I met Deseret. There's a connection from much more north than here, down to here.
Well, I guess good luck, but when you do let it out, please make extra sure it's not going to kill my family.
Pyro simply turns away, doesn't answer that question. And Ismora looks. I'm sure it'll be fine.
That's not what I asked.
Tell you what. If you come across a burning... we need 3 items.
Okay.
If for some reason... We have 2 of them already.
What's the third item?
We don't know. But
Okay.
it will burn like fire. If you promise to give it to us, if it happens to come into your possession, I will promise to get Deseret to agree to not do anything towards your family. Is that fair?
Deal.
Deal.
If I find it, how do I find you?
Pyro. It's over. These aren't candy, Ismara. And hand you this slightly orange stone. And looks and goes, that's called a sending stone. Just speak to it and you will get in contact with, I guess Ismora. She's handling this arrangement.
So if I talk to it, it'll automatically contact you?
Yes, you'd, so this is Pyro talking. You just hold it up to your mouth, say her name. Actually, you don't even say her name. You just hold it down and start talking. Her thing will go woo, 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 and let her know.
What if I put it up to my mouth and I go, "Hey, Barrack, you're a big, stupid dumbhead."
She looks at it. Yes. It can't be used again today, but
No,
yes.
Well, fair enough. I just wanted to know.
And yeah. I'm actually really glad she's not coming. I just left one of those. Okay.
Okay, that's a little rude.
I'm sorry I was with rude people. I'm being
Oh, I-
retrained.
The fucking way you said none of that. You're lucky she's with you. I wouldn't have agreed to none of this.
Whatever. And he just storms off.
Evelina, I think we could go now.
Right.
Hey, that was pretty fucking weird, right?
That's one word for it.
Like, the fuck, you know?
Strange people.
Hey, we gotta figure out what this bird is, because if it's evil and they go let it out, we're real fucked.
That part, I completely agree with you on.
Now, here's the thing. I am not, like, righteous.
That's a relief.
In that, I will break my promises if I need to.
Can I hear this? I mean, I'm following them.
You're mentally connected to me. Yes, you can hear this.
Okay.
Well, mentally connection, it's like you can.
It's a different way of talking for us.
Yeah. You have to send it.
Oh, okay. Then I guess.
Like it's not like a constant
Right.
probe.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess.
I would
it's up
imagine
to
I
you.
can't hear it. It's not a big deal. I just think it's funny. Go ahead, throw me under the bus.
Righteous
For being
sneezes.
honest.
Someone's talking about him in the great beyond.
I don't trust those people.
I don't either. But I think what's important is we kind of know who they're looking for. We know they don't have everything they need yet. And chills at the stuff. I can find them if I need to.
Good. That may be very
Good job,
useful.
Spark. Wow, thank you, Evelina.
Are you always this in need of validation?
Yes, I'm constantly in fucking need of validation. Good God. Was it too hard? I'm saying it's not that I need it, it's that I deserve it.
Prepare yourself for some disappointment.
Okay, no, hey, no. Okay, this is just like Barrick. I always do something amazing, and Barrick's like, no, 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 no. No, I did a good thing. Fucking.
I believe I said good.
That was about the situation and not about what I did. So it's a little different.
Oh, well, I suppose you're right. Shall we?
I'm just saying I deserve to hear a good job.
Very valid point. Let's go.
At that point, I'm going to message to Righteous and I'll be like, hey, I did a good job.
I'm so proud of you, Spark.
Thanks.
All right. Haliburum. The rest, you all can reconvene fairly easily because you do arrive safely at the orphanage. I'd say, Q, do you want to describe this place?
It looks pretty like normal from the outside, but you will see that there are some runes and symbols drawn around it, and there is a very, very young elf child, probably about 15 in elf years. So very, very young, and she's the one drawing the runes and picking flowers and frolicking in the front yard. But if you look at her, you can see she is calculating how to take you out, if need be. And then inside there is a crap ton of dragonborn babies, all different colors, all different mixed species. Very clean. There are a lot of dragonborn workers, maids, nursemaids, all that. there is a very big and intimidating black Aarakocra sitting in a window, just watching you all come in. And way up on the roof, you probably see a little dwarf man also like clocking you. There are other children who are obviously not dragonborn. There are some orphans. But yeah, probably about 100 or so people, like just doing the work of an orphanage, minus the ones that are clocking you and taking notice of you and trying to decide whether or not they want you there. But very clean, very organized, and a lot bigger than you would think.
And this is right beside Sapphira's.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I would say, I think Barrack, Spark, Haliburum, and Righteous were there that night with the Myriad. Some of the Dragonborn that were in the Sapphira's are in the orphanage. As if they maybe came over to see what was going on with the Myriad.
As we pass Sapphira's Spark, I look at it and say, "What a ghastly looking place."
You are so lucky that Mama is not here right now. I'm not going to say nothing to her, but good God, if she was here, you would be as flat as the earth right now.
Spark?
Yeah.
Now, you're safe? We're good?
Oh, yeah. It was just some fire genasi.
I don't know about you guys, but I am tired of constantly feeling afraid and like everything wants to kill me. Every single time I meet someone new, I immediately go, this person wants to kill me. I thought those two people wanted to kill you.
You know,
Right,
I
just
did too.
your privilege is showing. That's kind of just the state of beings here in the Tumble Downs.
Not to mention, if the common denominator might be you.
I don't understand.
I'm saying.
I have
If
friends.
everyone you think everyone wants to kill you, it might be a problem with you, sweetheart.
Here, the last couple places I've been, everyone really has wanted to kill me. It's just like they haven't been very nice people, or not even people at all.
First of all, I'm not saying they were nice people, but no, they didn't want to kill me. They would just, like I said, fire genasi.
And now
you keep saying that like I'm supposed to know. Like, does that mean more people like you?
Yeah, obviously that's what Kira said. That we have fire.
You do know there are multiple types of genasi, right?
Anyway,
You ain't traveled much, have you?
I mean, not
There's
to
fire
places.
genasi, earth genasi, water genasi.
so these ones were like me, except for one of them had like purple and black fire.
Now
That seems
different.
more aesthetic.
What did they want something from you?
Yeah.
Did you?
But I didn't promise them nothing.
Good. You got to be careful when you make those arrangements.
Yeah.
Remember what happened to Ignatius.
Yeah, you can't make deals, or you can't back out of them ever.
Exactly. Your word is your bond.
Exactly. Yeah, so I didn't promise them nothing. I just they were looking for someone else like me. And hey, did I ever tell you guys about the Firebird?
No.
A bit about it, but not a lot.
Okay, so there's a bird and it's like made of fire.
Like a phoenix?
I don't think so. And I met a dude. What?
This is something you've just heard about?
No, I talked to him one time in a hot tub.
Hold on. The hot tub? Our hot tub?
Well, it wasn't our hot tub. It was just a hot tub. But yeah.
Okay. And you talked to a firebird while sitting in a hot tub?
Yeah.
Go on. I believe you.
Okay, so way back before, at the tar pits, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that night, I went out,
Do y'all want to have this conversation inside?
probably.
I thought we went inside.
Yeah,
I think we were standing in the doorway.
Oh, well, please.
Yes, come on in.
In fact, while we're here, can we get some drinks or something, Kara? I mean, you got people for that, right?
Oh my
Honey,
God.
Well, I'm just saying
This
there's
is an
orphans in
orphanage.
here.
You
It's
are
not a
the people
hotel.
for that.
Righteous, what
You are
happened?
the
You used to be
people
able
for
to
that.
conjure us food, and now you're here
Yeah.
begging for beverages?
I'm begging. I'm trying to put the poor to work, Barrick. I'm being kind.
Ruckus.
Are you paying
You
them?
are the poor.
I'm happy to pay. Would you guys like some drinks? I'll pull out a few coins. Here, I'm not saying that you're the person that serves us. I'm just saying,
I'm saying you're
who
the
is the
person,
person?
that
Honey, this
You.
is an
You.
orphanage, not a bar.
you are the person that serves you.
Well, sure, but they have food here.
Yet you are the person that got to go get it.
I smack my water skin into Righteous's stomach. There, drink up.
This is going to be a great night, I can tell. All right. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, let's keep talking about your water. That sounds super
I'd
interesting.
rather hear about the firebird you met while hot tubbing next to the tar pits. This is truly a Spark story. This is
Okay,
fantastic.
well, hold on.
Ugh.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so back at the tar pits. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't, Evelina. But the tar pits, and there was a leak to the Feywilds in the tar pit, and my magic was going 20 kinds of crazy. So I accidentally, okay, listen, Evelina, I know how this is gonna sound, all right? So I accidentally lit the whole thing on fire.
She put it out, though, afterward.
Well, I kind of didn't.
So you
So-
lied to me.
Well, it got put. Okay, listen, everybody, shut up and let me tell my fucking story, all right?
Us, Barrick. Us, not you. Us.
Let me fucking tell the thing. No more interrupting to call me lying or whatever the fuck. No. Okay? All right?
Do you want me to silence them?
Not yet. Okay, so after that, we were camping and I walked out to go put the fire out. And then I saw a dog and I was like, wow, cute dog. But then the dog led me to a dude and the dude had fire in his hair. And he told me about a firebird that was going to try and talk to me. And the firebird was locked up in a cage. And I was like, well, weird. And then he put out the fire for me somehow. He was a really nice guy. So then in the hot tub, well, actually, I only found the hot tub because the sparkly bird led me there. Okay, so then in the hot tub, Firebird talked to me, and I was like, whoa, no thank you. And then he gave me some feathers and was like, sleep with these under your pillow if you want to talk to me. And then just now...
I don't mean to interrupt. I'm so sorry. The Firebird talked to you, and you said, whoa, no thank you. Did he ask you to do something?
Not really. But kind of. Like, he wants to get free out of his cage.
Who put him there?
I don't know. Okay, again, this is a lot of interrupting.
Well, I think we just hit a really important thing. So let's take a breath for a second here. Have some
Okay,
water.
I feel like what I'm going to say is more important because the two people we just met are on their way to free him and they're still looking for an item and they wanted me to try and help them find the item.
How many people like you have you found?
3.
And you've mentioned none of them till now.
I only just met 2 of them.
Just met 2.
She only lied to you once, Barrick. It's not a big deal.
Isn't that what siblings do? Half-truths?
So the Firebird
Uh-huh.
wants you to set him or her, wants you to set it free.
Uh-huh.
First of all, Spark, fantastic show of restraint on not immediately setting the Firebird free.
To be fair, I don't think I could have even if I wanted to.
Well, praise is deserved. 'Cause
And I
don't-
only kind of didn't because the old guy earlier told me not to and he was pretty nice.
Hey,
And he had a dog.
a win's a win. We're gonna take it. You
What were
didn't
all
try to.
these people's names, including the bird?
I, Amber, do not remember a single fucking one of them.
Pyro is Mora.
I know. Okay, hold on. I know Pyro and yeah,
Esmora.
I know Pyro and Esmora because it just happened.
Don't know if you ever got the older dude's name. The bird's name is Deseret, and you were
Deseret.
told that by Esmora.
Yeah.
Desert rat?
Yeah.
Well, I know nothing, but
I
Evelina
think
knows
the old
everything.
guy did tell me his name. In fact, he was very clear that he wasn't giving me his name. He was telling me his name.
Carolyn.
There you go.
Yeah, Carolyn.
Sweet
I don't know his dog's name though.
Caroline. There you
Fuck,
go,
I should
Evelina.
have figured out his dog's name.
Okay.
Just name it Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's a good name. Doesn't really fit a dog though. I think it's more of like a demon name.
What is Haliburum doing with the baby right now?
Just kind of like holding it, standing there awkwardly in the middle of the room.
Okay. Like
Honey,
Evelina is like
down.
watching and like almost silently judging a little bit, but trying not to say anything.
Do you want us to bring in a bassinet or something, sweetheart?
I'm sorry.
You want us to bring in a bed for the baby?
Oh yes, that would be fantastic.
So, Magic Firebird has given you feathers if you want to talk to the Firebird.
Mhm.
Is that something you want to do?
I don't know. That's why I haven't done it.
Look, I don't know half of what's going on, but
The old guy said that the Firebird made people like me so that we would go free him.
it's definitely something gods would do.
It definitely is.
But
Is that what this bird is? For God?
I don't know. But I'll tell you, my limited experience, generally when something's locked up, it's either because it ain't worth being free or somebody's trying to harness something.
Okay,
You might
see.
need to figure out a reason for the cage before you decide whether or not you want to open it.
Yeah, so that's what this brings me back to the old guy originally, because that's actually exactly what, like, word for fucking word what that dude said. He was like, I don't open stuff unless I have a reason, and I don't know the reason, so I'm not gonna fucking open it. But this guy, Pyro, I guess his wife died, and the bird told him
Now,
to
see,
bring
that's
his wife
magic you
back.
don't mess with.
So
Death is death for a reason.
I was a little worried because I said, well, what happens when the bird gets out? And he said, well, my wife comes back. And then I was like, okay, but then what? And he was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, that's kind of important there, bud.
That is important.
Yeah, so
Yes, absolutely fantastic, Spark. Brilliant. Very good.
thanks, Evelina.
Super wonderful.
Spark,
Are you
what was
alright?
it that he was looking
She's
for?
barely
though?
paying attention.
Evelyn,
Thanks
are
so
you
much,
feeling
Evelina.
okay?
She just recognizes when I do a good job.
Spark, what was it that they were looking for, though?
They don't know. I don't know. A
Well, that
person
means
had it
you're
and
one
said it would
step
glow like
ahead.
fire.
So something that's like
Burning.
fire, burning like fire.
Well, lots of things burn like fire.
I know.
You burn like fire.
Yeah, they weren't after me.
Coals burn like fire. 'cause
Yeah, I don't think it was
technically
that
they were
simple.
on fire.
I have limited experience with gods, but if something is trapped in a cage and has to create things to free it, it's more likely an item than a person.
Yeah. But apparently a girl headed towards, what was the town, Evelina?
I'm sorry.
The town that they were tracking the girl to?
Oh, right. It was the other one. Haliburum, dear, would you like hold? You've got it. You've got it. I'm sorry.
What the fuck was that town
If
they
you
were
want to
tracking?
carry it,
that
Evelina,
person
I
to?
don't.
Oh no,
I'm
absolutely
fine.
not.
It started with
Absolutely
a
not.
G?
Hupperduke.
You know, Hupperduke is
Humperdinck.
actually a place I've always wanted to go. There's this amazing brewery in Hupperduke.
Oh, the Matilda.
Oh my! Oh yeah, you've heard? Of course, you've heard.
Huh.
Oh,
Honey, I might be young, but I do like a good drink.
oh,
Yeah. So
what
they're
I'd
tracking them
do
there.
for a waltzing Matilda right now.
But they gave me a stone so I could call them if I needed to.
Was there ever a jolly jumbuck there?
I'm sorry, what?
What?
A jolly jumbuck camp somewhere near the Matilda.
I've never been. I've just had the brew.
Isn't that what you conjured for us one time with dinner?
Yeah, it was a good day.
Oh, the lamb,
Well,
absolutely.
you could do that again tonight.
I think we could do that, or we could answer the call from the Underseum.
Oh yeah, we still gotta do that.
Yeah. Work before play. So, I mean, now that we know that we're safe, I think that's the next step. And Evelina, I think you'd be fascinated by the place.
Oh, I'm certain of it.
And my card, I pull out my black card, lets me bring a guest. I'd like to bring
Yeah, all
you.
our cards do.
I
hold out my cards.
would like you to be my personal guest.
Can you be my guest, Evelina?
I would be both of your guests. How about that?
I don't think that's how that works.
That's all right. I'll take Ronan.
Kira,
Yeah.
mean,
You be my guest, Kira.
All right.
Hell yeah.
we're all about making introductions here.
See, I got a cool guest
We'll
too.
call it compensation for providing a safe haven.
Oh, honey, there's no
Why does
compensation.
everything gotta be compensation for something?
Honey, I didn't open an orphanage with my brother to get compensated.
Righteous does not understand
That's
this
an innocent
concept.
life
Trust
and a
me,
new
Righteous
life.
does not understand this concept.
No, I completely understand. Having access to lots of orphans is a great opportunity.
No, yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Now
He
that
just-
just came out wrong.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, you help them in life, and in turn, they'll, make a difference in the
Darling,
world.
I don't think you
Your
understand
world.
the point of family.
No,
Haliburum
that's
slightly
what I'm
turns
trying to
away,
say,
like facing
Kira.
the baby
He
away
doesn't
from
understand the
Righteous.
concept.
Are you guys an adventuring group or are you a family?
Everything's an opportunity to Righteous.
See, that's the difference. If you're just an adventuring group, you're gonna die. If you're a family, you will go through the pits of hell for one another and come out the other side stronger. So you need to decide, are you an adventuring party or are you a family?
I'd go to hell for any one of you because that sounds dope.
You're wise, Kara.
Honey, I'm wise because I've been through hell for family. I know you clocked them and they clocked you. That's my family.
Yeah.
To the Underseum!
On any given day that you ask Spark, she'd tell you that she and I are just working partners.
Oh, but that's just family ribbon right there. You can ask Dardar. He's a stupid fuck, but he's mine.
How much do we trust this Underseum?
Not at all.
Well, I'm just a bit concerned about Amelia, and
Well, if you want, I'll stay here, and one of y'all can stay here with her.
I would love to.
I
That would
I
be
was
fine.
talking about
Righteous, you
Haliburum or
literally
Evelina,
said to go to the
darling.
Underseum.
Oh,
This was
I-
like 90% your fucking idea. You were coming.
I just. I'm just teasing.
Maybe Haliburum might want to stay here with me and some of my friends, and we can
Oh, Evelina,
show him some ropes on childcare.
the Underseum is. I think of it more like a museum or store. It's not a dangerous place.
That sounds like a good idea. What do you think, Evelina?
of the Underseum.
No, just them maybe showing Haliburum how to not be that.
Oh, I kind of get behind Haliburum a little bit out of his eyesight, and I say, "Oh, he is an absolute wonderful father, actually." I've got your back, Haliburum.
Beautiful. Are
Haliburum,
you
there's
okay
nothing
with?
that you need to check out there. They seem to have a rotating stock.
Well, if Haliburum would like to go, I don't mind staying.
But yeah, but you've never
Haliburum.
been. You should definitely see the place.
Why don't we just all go? The baby can come. It's
I
never.
don't think
I
that's
think
a
the
good idea.
concern is that Evelina doesn't quite trust them with her child, and you should listen to a mother's instincts, honey.
I want everyone to feel happy and safe and comfortable, but You understand, Barrick, you've been there. Spark, you've been there. Haliburum's
Yeah,
been
I don't
there.
want to take a bait. What the fuck?
That's like taking a baby into the pits of hell. Why would you do it?
It's like taking the baby to a store. It's just a store.
It's not really. It's
It's a
like
store
a.
that needs
Created
a
a
special
lot of
card to
really-
get
It's
in.
like a
Weird
black
stuff.
trade
Yeah.
underground arms dealing
It's
store.
like
Sure.
Sam's Club, but
Well, under the
magic.
ground and dealing in
Yeah.
dangerous items. Yeah, it's the
I've
same.
only been here. a
Spark,
month or
your
so,
opinion of
but-
them seems to have fluctuated from the last time when you wanted that eyeball.
I didn't say they were bad. I'm just saying they are a dark market underground that deals in magic items.
I have an idea. Why don't I have the child stay with Uncle Rowan?
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah. I don't see why. I'll be back in just a second.
Or I'll stay. I'll stay with the child. I'll stay with
I mean, he
Well,
took the pledge like the
I
rest of
honestly
us.
don't mind staying with Amelia because I don't really have anything I want to buy.
Oh, we
That's
want
'cause you don't know what's
there.
there.
Let Rowan babysit.
I mean, half of me
I'm
kind of wants
acting,
to
I'm
go
just
in case
playing.
like anything happens, but I don't
Well,
know.
I'll say this. I know that judging by appearances, you have ways to judge a person's intentions. You can go ahead and pick out any of the people in my thing here, anyone who works here. You can judge anyone you want in case that child will be protected.
with my insight.
A combination of Rowan and one of Kira's associates, that seems like
And I mean,
Yeah,
Dardo's got
protection.
experience with babies out the yin yang at this point. Because they came out as yin yang.
Yeah. It's
So
Or if there's anyone else here,
there's literally like 200 of them. It'll be fine.
And look at the good news. If all of us die, she's already in an orphanage. So if you guys are ready to go,
So there was a 15-year-old writing runes and actually come up to Evelina and put their hands on their head and just put their hand not touching you. And then they kind of point to their head and point to your head and then put out their hand like for permission for you to put it against your head.
yeah, we can Vulcan mind meld. Yes. Let's do it.
And in a flash, you see what looks like a place made out of bone, where you see this girl, younger, maybe 5, finding babies and taking them into this house, this large, maybe temple, and finding food for them, hunting, finding water, and over the course of 10 years, caring for maybe 50, 60 children, babies and whatnot. A few of her killing people who would come to steal
Only a
or
few?
make use of them. That's what she shows.
Okay.
And then kind of and just kind of nods.
Just so I understand completely, the vision was of her.
Mm-hmm.
Do I don't want to roll insight, but do I get the feeling that this was not an illusion? Or
It
should I
felt
roll-
different. It definitely, like you've seen, it really. You felt that there were definitely doors kept shut, but that she was walking you through her
Right,
mind and
right.
memory. Like a big insight would just go, yes, there was details that she's choosing what to show you. You can't walk around
Right,
freely in her head, but other than that, it is real, and these are actual events.
Okay. All right. Would you mind watching the little one?
She nods and she like cuts her hand.
She believes in blood packs.
All right. Why not? I take out my dagger. Cut it.
And nods and immediately goes to Haliburum and kind of hands out for the child.
Okay. And Hellebrum kind of like nods and looking at Evelina and then looks at her and passes the little sack over.
She takes it and Evelina, you tell just the probably unfamiliar for a quarter of a second as they just kind of feel the weight and how it moves different than a humanoid child, and then adjusting like an old pro. Begins moving over and just doing regular things. Looks like even grabs some like skin moisturizer, like essentially some ointment, just trying to like think like puts her hands almost like you're thinking they're thinking like dry skin. And
Thank you. And I will say, all right, I suppose that will do.
Hey, Evelina.
Yes.
I'm proud of you.
I'm quite surprised. You held a very different viewpoint back in the ruins.
About,
Blood packs.
well, when, I don't know, I just feel like it's worth it.
I am proud of you.
yeah. I would say, Evelina, from that, as you all walk out, you do notice there does seem to be protective runes being placed all over, and now you clearly see. You bring to make the connection because like they were using what you thought was ink at first. You see, it's all blood runes around the place. It seems like this young girl is using.
Interesting. All right. So I'm going to follow wherever we're going because I don't know the way.
All right. Those of you familiar with the route, make your way through the beaded alley. And you come to the familiar seal. At which point, Evelina, people were showing this item, or showing a coin, like a mark of this place. As far as the seal you see, you were always told to show them immediately to your parents. And your parents always acted very, I would just say, nervous to meet with them. Whether that was from importance or from fear, you're not sure, but it's definitely a big deal that they would ever visit. They visit often. Maybe you probably had to go get them twice in your life. But from when you could tend the desk, one of the first things they told you was to watch out for anyone coming in with that. And let them know. And as everybody gathers with their cards in hand, the symbol lowers. And lowers all of you underground.
Honestly, Evelyn, the first time we got here, there was an airship in port, and we thought we were going to go up to the airship.
Really?
Wildly, we went down. It's quite the treat there. You'll love it there. The ambiance is just beautiful.
I mean, we didn't really see much, but they kind of just had us in the foyer.
Interesting things everywhere, though. Keep your eyes open. You'll love it.
And as it goes down, you see another seal kind of sails ahead of it. And as you walk off, it raises itself back up. With your artifice, you do see a few levers, and you can see that Only from the inside, wherever this leads, could someone lower it to allow anybody to go out. Something that probably they get the sense they might have missed. As you proceed down to a short tunnel, but enough to... You just spot enough corners where someone could get surprise attacks in, warning devices, little stones. Someone who knows their way around tinker's tools and some of even your skill set to spend a lot of time making this and camouflaging it.
Interesting.
And you finally come to the to a wood door that opens upon your approach, and you are greeted with glass cases of teeth, some horns, jars of eyes and livers, all inherently powerful. New for those of you, you see a large organ about 10 feet in width in a jar that's about 13 feet in width. Large cylinder has some type and suspended in a liquid.
Wasn't sure if you meant like the piano or like a physical. Like an organ.
100%. I was like, how did they put an organ in a jar? Okay.
And there's a pulse from your cards as you see a man and a woman both get on ears, look up. New faces with old ones bearing the correct cards. Very, very good. Welcome. How may we help you?
I kind of just show them the card. We've got a pickup apparently.
Yes. And they, through their books, yes, you're the group from the Sepesca ruins, correct?
One of the same?
Yes. Your employer asked us to remit payment to you.
Fair enough.
RNTL, correct? I just want to make sure we have the right name.
Untitled, yes.
Okay.
He has a spear?
I don't know. He sent this, and then it's a decent sized chest, kind of medium. He said there was a letter from him inside, and they go to another part of the shop actually to get a key. Put the key next. It is yours.
Wonderful. I'll hand it over to Barrick.
I have to down off the counter.
Yeah.
It's fairly heavy.
What
Is
did it
there
have for,
is there a private room that we could use so we can examine the goods?
It's usually reserved for actual. Well, we'll put you on under their designation for that. But yes, I'll simply forward that as a charge of delivery to them. And yes, you may have a room. That seems reasonable.
Thank you.
And this way, Evelina, this place, they're very polite. They have that same air that your parents taught you, the way of talking to shield your intentions and your emotions. Politeness is often a effective barrier, and you're soft to This room does have a door. They open. And no magic here. It seems that the walls are heavily insulated, and there's almost like a little bit of a sound of air kind of pushing out as the door is put open. I go, yes, this room is at your convenience. They take out a key. This key will unlock it for you. The door. You already have the key to the chest. And please come directly to the desk when you are done to return the key.
You are wonderful. Thank you, sir. I'll pull out a small tip. I don't know if that's a thing or if it disgusts him. I don't know. I might know. Righteous is much more versed in these things than I am.
He sees it. He goes, oh.
Okay, he would like a... Okay, wonderful.
If he sees you take out gold, he'll accept it.
Okay, 5 gold.
Appreciate it. You look here, there's a smattering of people, 2 or 3 others who don't seem to be working, but looking in here. A little, well, you've been here twice, you've never seen other people here when you were here, so it's a little interesting, but you can shut the door and you are alone. This room is completely black. It has a gaslit torch coming from the ceiling, and with a black table and black wooden benches around the table. There are also a set of black gloves placed on the table as well.
Wonderful. Shall we close the
Plonk
door
the
and
chest
see
on
what we
the-
have? Yeah.
on the
Light
table.
the lamp or the torch and let's see what's in the chest.
Are these
I'm just gonna
complimentary?
keep
And I just like wave
facing
the
the
gloves around.
Door.
I don't think that's what they.
They're to
Or-
keep your hands clean while you handle unsavory things, Barrick.
What did they
Yes.
give us in this chest? That would be unsavory.
It's
Well, I
just
think it just comes with the room.
formal.
It's
It's
okay.
standard business
yeah.
practice.
Most people, I mean,
We all have weird.
I just put
Other
the
th-
key into it and open
other
it.
than the
like without putting the gloves on.
Okay. You open it up and it opens up normally. There is a folded piece of tan parchment that sits upon a sizable pile of platinum coins.
Yeah,
I would-
Righteous, you like reading aloud? I tossed
Absolutely.
that.
I will read out loud in my best Matt/GM voice.
Thank you for fulfilling your contract. I received the item. Unfortunately, my other partner left our agreement. Of course, I have no obligation to recompense her payment, but to maintain good relations, I'd like to do so. I have enclosed 500 platinum pieces and consider this deal closed and our business ended. I insist our relationship on and contact thus end.
They seem charming.
They're not.
I didn't think so.
500 platinum pieces?
Mhm.
He underpaid us.
He is a thief.
What do you mean he underpaid us?
The gold, the agreement was 3,000 gold for the spear. 500 platinum pieces. If I understand the conversion, Matt, it's 5 to 1, right?
10 to 1.
Oh, he overpaid us. Never mind.
Righteous, for being as
calm
money
down.
grubbing
I-
as you are, you'd think you'd know how gold to platinum works.
DM Matt freaked out for a second, like, what? Oh, like, oh, no.
Jonathan Kellen has never been paid in his entire time he's played with Matt. This is
Oh my god, that's
outside
true!
of the herbs that we got from the druids that all of you gave me crap for. This is a big deal for me.
That's true, because you were Tuesday night that didn't get paid for like
I've
8
never
months.
been paid, so I've never gotten a platinum before. So what a big day.
Oh my god.
So that's 5,000 gold in
total.
total.
I take the chest, and how big is the table?
The table is 4 feet by 4 feet.
Okay, so it's a big old square. So I just dump it out and I start checking the chest, like the lining of the chest, to see if there's anything special about it, like sewn in or anything like that.
You look. It's a nice. It's definitely a nice made, secure chest. You carve into it. You do the things you do to kind of see if there's anything there, and it doesn't seem to have any marks, any sewn in, any type of weirdness. It just seems like a chest.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Does the Underseam have different items, by the way?
Yes. However, as I am now realizing, let's go ahead and take our break
Okay, cool.
as you're paid,
Yay,
and
break.
then
We got paid.
So how much do we put on here?
If we divide it evenly, it would be 83 each. With there's an extra 2, and that
You-
includes Rowan.
You take the
Okay.
extra 2, Kelland.
We'll just put a community pot.
No, it's 2. No, of course. We'll donate it to Ham's family.
Ham doesn't have.
Oh well, I think I was closest to Ham, so I'm Ham's family, so we'll donate it to Ham's family. Like I think Ham should get a whole part.
So you're giving money to my mama to help the people of the tumble downs. That's very gracious of you.
There you go.
Oh, never mind.
Funniest thing is Jackie's ones didn't matter because Kira wasn't. What do I get out of it if I let you in?
different places. People come to the Rock from all types of different places. Where are you from? You from Traveler's Breach? Only a song can fuel magic in Traveler's Breach, the only accessible area of the chromatic oversight, once known as Inspiration's Cradle, challenged powers too great and became ruled and subjugated by those draconic forces. The life-giving magic that they harnessed by song was outlawed, with a few true followers of the dragon allowed limited hymns that were approved magic. There had recently been an overwhelming issue of underground music venues popping up all over Traveler's Breach. Thanks to the hard work of the Viridescent Eye, a loyal group of citizens, there was a night of raids that rounded up a large population and sent them on rowboats across the ocean towards the Rock. Many died, but not you, whether by heroics, villainy, or luck. You landed on the Rock shores, a new life and new opportunities before you. Play your cards right, and the Rock could be yours. "839 years ago, the Rock fell on Ixodel, a world like many other, filled with magic that all could access. The Rock ended it all. It landed in the northwestern oceans, causing tidal waves and quakes of material and arcane. Whatever power we used to muster from the air, or what some called the weave, faded fast. Where we used to look inward, we now look in Ixodel itself, which had some reservoirs of power, volcanoes, lands where the Fae would allow their magic to seep through, with music that had absolute sorrow or pure joy, depending on their moods. The people of Ixodel scavengers, beggars, and well, willing to sell anything or anyone for this stored power. But a rumor is spreading. The rock has life. No one dared go near it for so long. It now has grass and types of animals both familiar and other. Most importantly, Cenarium. You'll get to hear all about that when you find it. What you need to know is it gives us the power we need to do magic once more to build our great machines, but it needs harvesters. Settlers, those willing to brave the dangers, both mysterious and quite common, mundane and strange, natural and make your posse get hired by a ranch or go hunting, and the rock could be yours. If you're listening to this, I hope you are as excited as I am for the Wild West campaign from GM Balo. That's me. I'm Matt, and I am ready to tell the story with you. We're going to start with some play-by-post and see if as some schedules open up, we might do our own little live campaign. Keep watching this announcement channel. Give me some comments. Let me know at any channel that I post this in. I need the encouragement, and I am looking forward to telling the story with you.
I find it really funny, Jackie, that like Evelina thinks that Haliburum has no idea how to care for children.
No, Evelina is just overly critical as a
Oh,
person sometimes. She's probably projecting.
aw. Haliburum just holding the baby. You go kick butt, honey. uh, is it bad that like the paranoid player part of me was like, okay, we're going into an enclosed room. What could possibly be in this chest that could kill us?
Not at all. Did you hear me say, I'm going to watch the door? Paranoia is not all bad.
Like, the first things that popped into my head was mimic, poison gas.
Ooh,
First-
cloud kill. That would have been good.
The first time I died in D&D, it was a mimic, and I didn't know what a mimic was, and so.
That's where I don't remember what night it was, but one of the knights completely avoided a mimic colony. I painted so many mimics.
Hey, Jonathan, we know who has the spear. Do you want to go get the spear? We know who has it.
True, you do know.
A little bit terrifying that it shows him.
Oh, and by the way, it was not the little elf that was outside that was watching her. Matt and I had this conversation break because I got confused too. It's not the little child that was outside, the elf. It is a 15-year-old girl who looks like Kira that is watching the baby.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Not the elf. It's someone
Gotcha.
else.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. The other.
Yeah.
I
So did
also
I.
thought
That's
it
why
was
I
the
asked
elf
Matt to
girl.
clarify.
I apologize.
It's all good.
Don't worry, you just paid us. We're super happy with you.
I didn't get paid, but I'm good with that. So I shouldn't be. I'm just some weird extra hanging on for fun. I just got really confused by all of you.
All right. So, in the black room with your reward and this information, what would you like to do?
I want
Fred?
shopping.
Did you
Oh.
want to look at the stock, Righteous?
Desperately, yes. But before we leave the privacy here and go, celebrate by spending all this money, are we comfortable with how this contract's ended?
I don't like Arpaia.
We
Oh.
didn't sign a.
We literally did, Spark.
Hold on.
But at least our dealings with them are done.
We didn't
What?
sign a contract that said we wouldn't go kick his ass and take the spear back.
No, we did not. Our obligation is fulfilled.
Based on what you said of the spear talking to you and being like deuces of its own volition and it choosing to go there, I don't know that we have the means to go about kicking his ass, as you so plainly put it.
Well, he did say my fire could do more damage.
Now,
Confused.
he in his letter was pretty explicit that he'd like a break from us.
Well, yeah.
I
But that's
don't
not
think
contract.
there's not a way to extend this relationship at this time. I'm not sure he's amenable for more dealings.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly talking about a deal.
No, she's just speaking of murder.
It's not murder.
Well, I mean, it depends if they fight back. Then it's not murder.
Exactly.
Then is it assault?
No.
I don't know this person to have murdered before. However, I do know them to have stolen things.
Yeah, so let's just go steal the thing that we.
But I don't think that would resolve any of that. And honestly, at this point, it's probably best if we stay under the radar.
Okay, so done.
With the
All right.
responsibilities we've gained, I think him knowing as little about us as possible is to our benefit.
So services have been rendered. Payment has been received. We are done.
Precisely.
Oh, doesn't that feel good?
And more than we were expecting, so...
Right. Gratuity. That's fine.
Though I'd take Ham's life over the gratuity any day.
Very
I'm
true.
hoping Ham was a person and not a piece of meat.
Yeah. Anne was actually an angel.
ASMR.
Yes.
Pretty sure I said angel.
Yeah.
Those are two very different things.
Kira Ham was the person that had the most faith I've ever met in my life. And it did her absolutely no good. Anyway, shall
Well,
we?
you don't know where she is now.
Let's. Unfortunately, I know. I know where she
know
is.
where the mortal coil is.
Right.
Haliburum Ba flew off on our trek back from the ruins, didn't he?
Did Bob fly off?
I think so. I'm pretty.
No,
sure.
Bob stayed with you. Yeah.
Boss stayed with us, but like, it has Boss stayed with us since everything?
Yeah. Ba has stayed with Haliburum.
Oh, we still have Ba?
Yeah.
Haliburum has Ba.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
And it's
okay.
like, oh yeah, and then Haliburum kind of like adjusts his cloak, and Bob just like swivels out.
I give him some scritches.
You guys have another
Very
kid?
weird group.
No, we do not have any more children.
It's a shame about Moot.
There was a T-Rex too, but unfortunately, wouldn't fit under Haliburum's cloak. Anyway, I'm anxious to go shopping.
Just to sum up, you have a baby made of flesh,
I mean,
Well,
that's
I don't know
mostly
what
abuse.
it's made
a
out of, to
pseudo
be honest.
dragon, and you had a T-Rex.
Well, we don't have the T-Rex anymore. That's the kind of thing we were just saying.
And there's
There you
Edgar,
go.
of course.
He got
And
lost
there's
in
Edgar, of
the,
course. Oh my god, we
the
cannot forget
ruins.
about Edgar. He was a real lifesaver that one time. You remember when he checked out that weird noise for us?
Yes, he died. I remember.
I know, but you brought it back. It's all right.
I pull animals out of a bag, and this is weird to me.
Well, that was, well, I mean, we could have just, the bummer is like right after that, then I got that unicorn that went and checked it out, and we could have just like waited a little bit and then, but only if we knew the unicorn was coming, which we didn't, so.
I mean, I channel the spirit of heroes through myself to engage in combat and to protect these
If
guys.
this is a weirdness competition, I'm gonna win. I don't think we should get into this fight.
Who's fighting?
Just saying.
I'm just trying to understand. I mean, yeah,
I have a hold of the Feywild inside of me.
Well,
fascinating.
the good
Allegedly.
news is
Oh
that
no, it's completely possible.
It's not alleged.
Go ahead, Evelina, please.
That is fascinating.
yes, the good news in all of this is that we will gain a bit of a reputation for services rendered and likely take on further clients. As I have
Yep.
no intention to leave at this point.
I'm happy to sing our song at the taverns.
Hey, don't kill me, Evelina.
See, you say things like that, and then you wonder why we think you did stuff wrong.
Hold on. I didn't. Just don't kill me, Evelina. But maybe we should leave Amelia where she's at.
No.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I'm just saying, if we're going to be traveling and doing all this dangerous stuff, I mean, you and I both know
Haliburum and I made a pact, as did all of you.
Yeah,
that
you
we would
renege on
protect.
that, you lose your magical fire.
It's not right. We agreed to keep her safe.
And to steer her, and to...
It was just a suggestion.
Fair enough.
So, it comes from the right place, but I think you and I are a little similar. And I would say, think of it as if you were the child.
Yeah.
Would you want to be parted from your parents? Now, unfortunately, we can't change the past. But the safest place for any child is with parents who care.
And godparents that care.
I've
Those
been
are
meaning to
iffy.
talk to you, Righteous.
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll have a chat very soon.
We can
love-
leave if you want to just use this room. It is private enough.
Yeah, let's go shopping while you guys beat each other up.
We're not going to beat each other up.
Oh, darn, I
Sorry.
would have paid to see that.
5 gold on Evelina.
Only 5?
I think it's a safe bet. I would never hurt Evelina.
I don't think you could.
Let's go shopping while they talk.
We'll join you very soon.
Haliburum's gonna be like
I-
the last to walk out and kind
I
of just
take
like
the
looking at
empty
Belina.
chest.
Just
I
like,
take the empty chest with the
okay.
2 keys. Or I guess I
Well,
toss Evelina the key for the room.
Yeah.
Okay. So you leave. Evelina, as the door opens and you just look out, you see a gentleman with thick black bushy hair. Who looks like they had been staring at the door, and you can see no one else really clocks it because they even were like kind of looking down and as though practiced and looking at feet as opposed to meeting anyone's eyes, as they then move to the other side of a case to check something else.
Okay.
And as they move, you just see that their shopping habits seem to be moving to keep an eye on everybody.
Okay. As the door comes closed, Righteous, you and I began on a bad foot.
Righteous pulls the cup out and sets it on the table.
I'm going to ask you to do something out of character.
Go ahead.
I'm going to ask you to tell me the truth.
Evelina. Let me think carefully here.
It shouldn't take very long to think about.
No. You're misunderstanding. I am your friend. I would happily give you a truth. Let's make an arrangement. A truth for a truth. Deal?
A truth for a truth.
Yeah. I'll give you one. Guaranteed. No subterfuge. And you do the same for me.
All right.
Please.
I insist you go first.
Okay. This cup is yours. It's a gift. My question is simple. What must I do to earn your trust?
Be honest with me.
Always?
On a matter of certain topics, yes.
Okay, sure. That is much more doable. What topics?
Let's begin here.
Fair.
A while ago, I asked you about a symbol
Oh,
that I
this
saw
one.
on your person. That's the one. Do you remember what you told me?
Kellen has no idea what he told you, but Righteous
Oh.
might.
I believe Righteous told me he didn't know what that symbol was.
Okay.
What is that symbol?
This is a spider. You can see it's a spider.
All right, if you're just going to play games.
I'm not playing a game. This is a spider. It has no religious meaning to me or anything like that. I think the question you mean to ask is, where did I get the symbol? That's a much more interesting question. This was a gift to me, an investment in me by a being of power that has provided me with the opportunity that I've been seeking for some time now.
I'll answer the question for you.
Please.
That symbol is from a deity of lies.
This symbol is from a deity. It is from the goddess Lolth. Deity of lies feels a little bit like propaganda.
Feels a bit more like the truth.
I mean, name me one lie. Name me why would she be called the deity of lies? I literally, Kellen does not know this. And Righteous does not know. I mean, outside of the common knowledge of Lolth is bad, Lolth is the god of spiders and the drow and all that. Is she like the goddess of lies? Like, of the idea of lying? I don't know if that's like, I don't know that. But Righteous is very much feeling like that's a little bit of propaganda. Evelina, I beings of power provide power. And just like we talked about with the employer who sent us to get the spear, just because you've been paid by someone who is evil, that does not make you evil. You name me the action that I have taken that has betrayed the interests of our group, that has hurt the innocent. What have I done that is evil? Like all people, I tell lies from time to time. I bend the truth from time to time. I exaggerate or I hide, like all people. It'd be a hard world if we walked around being honest instead of being friendly. But what have I done? I'll tell you what I saw your God do. I saw your God stab my friend, lift her up in the air, and slowly drain her life force for a slight that she did not know she was committing. I saw him reject pleas for mercy, arguments to teach instead of just hurt, and then force a marriage in order to save her life. Now, I'm not casting judgment on whether those things are right or wrong. I'm just saying beings of power give power. You've received power from a being of your choosing. Unfortunately, in order to get the power I needed, this was the being that came to me. I wish she smelled like roses and was loved by all. It'd make my life a little bit easier. But probably not as interesting.
You say unfortunately.
Life... Well, yeah, Evelina. Because I'm wearing a necklace with a particular symbol. You have given me the side eye. And mistrusted my intentions. But what have I done?
I would like you to tell me.
I have looked after you and our friends. I've faced death. I've been beaten to submission by a bunch of giant skeletons. I've anxiously sought to be helpful to you with the new responsibilities with Amelia.
Why?
Because I'm your friend, Evelina.
You keep saying that. I've heard you call me your friend time and time again, but you haven't told me what that even means to you. According to you, your friend, a person that you referred to as Ignatius, sold you down the river. Now, I'm not here to judge that friendship, but I don't know what friendship means to you or to that person. If you want an actual, genuine friendship, Righteous, I would be delighted. However, there is something about you. And I don't know if it's the deity or the fact that when we first met, you chose an interesting tactic. Not one I would have chosen, but interesting nonetheless. I've never seen you express remorse for that. In fact, I've seen you try to justify it. You don't talk about your ills or your troubles. You don't talk about your failures. You talk about these amazing things you intend to do and want to do every single time. And that's not what friends share, Righteous. They share information about when they're down and low and the struggles they have. I don't trust you because you never talk about anything except for how amazing you are. And I have known far too many people growing up who talk about how amazing they are. And it turns out there's always a secret and always a reason I shouldn't have trusted them. So yes, I am very slow to trust you. And that's my truth. Now, what is yours?
I have worked extremely hard to create the person I am. I've sacrificed significantly to weave this tale. I'm sorry if my persistent optimism, if my refusal to dwell on the sacrifices that I've paid is a barrier. Look at me, Evelina. Look at my dingy, worn clothes, my mess of hair, my joy over getting 83 platinum. Evelina, I'm poor. I have to bathe myself. I have to dress myself. Do you realize all that I have lost? I'm sorry that I don't walk around feeling sorry for myself. That I look forward to making things a little bit better, I will happily share a little bit more. If it will, if it's the price.
What you just told me, I believe, was the most honest thing you have ever said to me since I've met you. And it is a step, and I recognize a difficult one, because I don't think until now you've had actual friends, Righteous. But that can change.
I don't understand all this value you place on honesty. The lie is better, Evelina. The lie is better. I mean, I'd much rather be righteous than who I was before.
Nice.
But anyway, I think this is going to be a good step forward. And I will earn your trust.
I hope so. Because I would prefer that. Now, why don't, when the two of us get back, we share a drink?
Just not from the cup.
Perhaps not that one.
Yeah.
But you may pour. And I move out of the room.
Evelina,
Yes.
a bit. A little privacy on it.
Of course.
Okay.
I would never share what you've shared with me. That's what friends do, Righteous. And if I'm trying to... If you're trying to earn my trust, I also should try to earn yours.
Agreed. Thank you.
Take as much time as you need. And we'll see you outside.
No, I'll come with you. There's something I want to get something for you. For my new friend. Oh, this is great. Listen, Evelyn, if you listen closely, my pocket jingles for the first time in forever.
I know, it's quite fantastic, isn't it?
It is. Let's go spend it. And we are ready to go shopping.
Okay.
Jackie, thank you.
No, fantastic, Helen. Fantastic.
Okay.
I think the rest of us are just surprised that no one comes out covered in blood.
The first thing Righteous would like to either negotiate or purchase is a membership card for Evelina.
Interesting.
Does Evelina want one?
One thing Evelina says as she comes out is I want to see if that guy is still here. Is he still looking around?
Mm-hmm. Surprising.
I kind of just pass along this to Righteous and to one other person who happens to be nearby, so that they're aware of it. So I'll roll a d4.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Haliburum, actually.
Oh.
Okay. Pass it on. And as you go to the desk, yes, sir.
Hello, my obviously I'm a member. I show the card. I was wondering what it would take to sponsor a newfound member of my party, so that she could come and go as she pleases.
And that name would be?
Miss Evelina Everton.
Pause immediately. I'm afraid the Evertons are band members.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I just want to make sure I understand. Has Evelina been banned, or you just ban whole family names without paying any attention to the actions of individuals? I just want to understand how biased the establishment is. Like, does that make sense? Being an independent person on her own, surely she would be accountable for her own decisions and not the decisions of her parents. All of that, freedom stuff that we talk about.
That, as of the interests of the Underseum, the Evertons are not permitted membership.
Oh.
There you go. They know why, and I'm sure your friend would. We did see her. She is allowed under your gaze. Any of her actions will come down upon you. As such, we deal with the Everton family, and they may make formal requests, but neither of us offers membership.
Fair enough. Sounds like Evelina has some stories to tell.
I'm sure.
Well, okay. Righteous is gonna step back for a little bit. Shit, you could have told me. That was embarrassing.
We could buy our way into your family, Evelina.
Is that guy still? Who is he looking at? Is he looking at me or is he looking at everybody?
I would say with that, you seems to be clocking the whole group. Like,
Okay.
they're not following just one person, but it's why, like, you see that they're very, very good at what they're doing because they can move anywhere in the shop they want as long as they have an eye on them or someone. It seems like they just make an insight check.
Sure.
It can't possibly be a fourth natural one on insight.
You want to bet?
No, it's not. It is a, let's see, insight. That's a 16.
16. Get the sense that they likely either guessed or knew you'd come in, and this was their point of beginning to maybe track you or be able to chart your movements.
Does this look like the person that was outside of their mother's house?
No, and in fact, coming in here, much everyone else here is in black suits and white ties.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
assume it was an
gotcha.
Underseum agent.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
Is there a general shopping list like last time, Matt, or is there we're on the ask for what you want basis?
There are certain items here that probably are affordable. Again, as before, there's many 50,000 gold items here. But there are a few things here.
Not that good at
So
persuasion.
how could we use this to drain? How do we use one of these?
Is there anything that catches Kira's eye?
What?
There is actually. Go here real quick.
I don't think I've ever actually done a shopping trip with you. This is weird. Usually I just come in and kill things and heal some people and walk away.
Jonathan, I'm still down to help pay for the miscellaneous stuff that you lost off of Chestnut / Enbar.
I mean, that's not stuff that I would likely get here.
I know, but just like in the grand scheme of things. Plus, also, I have all of those extra like bows and swords and that giant glaive and the plate armor that I need to get rid of.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can we sell any of that stuff here?
Kira, there is a black blade sword, long, serrated, and
Wow.
it looks like it's continually drawing in blood.
How much for the sword?
They kind of look up and look you over. For you, that would be 5,000 gold.
So that's what, 500 platinum? Okay. That's the best you can do.
Quite.
I'll take it.
Are you using all their 500 platinum?
Oh, I'm not using any of theirs. I'm using mine.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't get paid for this mission.
That's right. And I forgot about that. And yeah.
Righteous's eyes just look at her pulling out that much money, and there's this legitimate grief.
It feels good in your hands, and they accept it.
That's like half my platinum.
What?
This ain't a new character, sweetie.
What?
We should have killed her. We should have. In the alley.
She's gonna whip it around and be like,
I have a feeling that she could kill us.
Yeah.
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 I think I had that feeling when we walked up to the orphanage and there were all of those people clocking us, ready to murder us.
All right. I just sent you what you found.
Donka.
And then, so let's see here. Things of somewhat interest here. There is. Oh, no, stuff.
What? Is this on D&D or do I have to get Jonathan to do this?
It's probably get Jonathan.
Okay.
I just didn't know if you wanted those to know what you're doing. Yeah.
Spark's gonna look for anything fiery, not just for obvious reasons, but she's kind of keeping an eye out.
Okay.
For that third item. Maybe they know something about it. Do you think they know something about it? They get items, right?
Could certainly talk to him.
They also can procure things if you ask. Matt
Yeah.
told us our very first interaction.
I'm gonna go talk to him.
May I help you?
I need to know what an item is, but I don't have it and I've never seen it. But I know that it's needed to free a god. And I just didn't know if that was the kind of stuff you'd know about.
What information do you have? And let's see what we have on record.
Okay. So, it's fire.
Fire.
It's an item. It was last seen on a person like me going to Hupperduke.
Like you, what are you referring to?
I just point at my hair.
Your lineage. Very nice.
And
Specifically having to do with fire.
yeah. And then I forgot the god's name already because I am.
Deseret.
Deseret.
And it's needed to free Deseret.
Indeed.
Now I
Cool,
saw
that's
your
a
mind
whole
about
round
to
of
ask a lot of
insight.
questions because I saw that, but I was understood that this was a no questions type place.
Yes. Absolutely. They kind of breathe. Yes. Let me see what information we have. Goes to the back. Evelina, you see this person definitely listening into the conversation, the one with the sloppy black hair. Very interested in this. And shopkeeper comes back. Goes, It appears 3 items are indeed needed.
Okay.
There is the 3 pieces of Phoenix. Phoenix Eye, Phoenix Heart, and Phoenix Claw. These are not literal pieces, but representations. Last known...
I want to bump into the person who's been listening. Can I
Okay.
distract them at this point?
Hey, hey.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just have a conversation, trying to distract them.
Okay. Good. That moment, you look and their eyes are glowing a soft purple, and kind of like realizing what's going on, they kind of like shake their head, and they go into a blue. You notice that interaction, and back here, the Phoenix Heart is the most known. And last we known, well, we knew where it was for a while, but it was stolen from that individual.
Recently?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we're not aware of the locations of the eye nor the claw currently,
That's all right.
but
I do.
we can, if you have more information on where they may be, we can certainly dispatch a team if your team is not up for it, and we could.
I didn't say I needed them.
Very well. That's the information. Then we can procure items should you desire.
No. I procure my own items.
Very good.
I'll give him a gold and just say, thank you for the information.
It is customary 10 for this.
Oh, for the
service.
love of God. Fine. And I'll give him a platinum.
Thank you.
Did he tell me what the heart was? If it's not a literal heart, what is it?
It is a stone once used to craft a great artifact, a class of artifacts called Vestiges of Divergence. Things made back when the Great War between the deities occurred. Supposedly this was used in this weapon and then taken out in order to bind Deseret.
Is there a drawing of it somewhere?
Actually, we do have one. It shows you looks like a rectangular, like a rounded rectangular stone that is depicted with a little bit of color to denote its orange glow.
How much for the drawing?
We can have a copying service, which would be 2 gold. We can bring it to whoever you would like. Or you may come back here tomorrow after lunch.
Has anyone else asked for a copy of this?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like one.
Though we cannot say we have not clocked 2 individuals
I know.
who like... Okay, good. We're aware of their presence, but they are not members. Nor are they ones we think are good investments.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Then you can come back as early as the next day to pick this up.
Okay, cool.
They will copy the art for you.
Dope. I got so much information, you guys.
I'm sorry that you say that I wasn't able to procure a card here.
Yeah. He
You're
did
coming
say
out-
that.
Are you talking to Righteous?
No, I
No,
think she's
I-
talking to the desk. I'm just.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
so
nearby, yeah.
you left the individual...
Where are you talking
After
to
I
the
finished
individual?
talking to them, yes. I
Okay. Yeah, they kind of bumble. Like, right. And, sorry, I just... and he'll, as that's going on, he'll actually take this moment. And he'll say, Evelina, you come highly recommended. And I'd be interested in talking to you and your friends outside.
I see. Of course.
I've gotten word that you would come here to collect your payment, and I simply want to have a conversation.
Of course. That sounds fantastic.
May I wait for you out there?
Yes, and your name? You have me at a bit of a disadvantage.
Of course. And yes, of course. Sorry, my note went away from me, so I got a little confused. I apologize. Yes, Eldritch Quinn.
Very well. I will speak to you outside.
Yes. Yes. The Lyceum speaks well of you. And then he goes.
Right. All right. Well, knowing that, I'm not going to go to the desk.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I
I
want
want.
take your thunder out of you.
So I've never had money. So I've never had a shopping
Was
episode.
it just like out of PHB?
I don't.
Um,
I don't know.
So here's a little different
Okay.
than elsewhere.
Last
so,
time you gave us a list.
I did give you a list last time.
And if I understand correctly, I'm not eligible for any of that, right?
You can
You're a guest, so you very well could be.
You just
you
can't
can
become
purchase
a
stuff.
member.
You just don't. You can't basically come in on your own.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you don't
But
get
you
the
have to be
discounts.
accompanied by us.
And no discounts, right? So yeah, I think.
I don't think I got a discount either. Don't worry.
You know what? And actually, for simplicity, even for Rowan's benefit, why don't I make the list like I did last time for next week, since we're sort of at the end anyway.
Okay.
That way, everybody can simply go, "Hey, when we were there,
This is what was there.
I got this."
Okay.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
So we do our shopping. We spend money, but we don't know what that is yet. And then we're all really happy with our purchases. Haliburum,
Totally.
look at this thing that I got. Isn't it amazing?
And then
It kind of looks like a caterpillar.
Well, if you squint the right way, it kind of does.
The Rorschach test.
I thought caterpillars were green.
Well,
That's purple.
It's the lighting in here. That's all. That's all.
Stark, sometimes in the woods, things are different colors.
There is for Barrick, there is a particular item, and you might want to wait for the list, but there is a gray cloak that kind of briefly glows as you walk past it.
Matt was telling me about this. It lets you take unlimited short rests, and you should only take one action. It's really crazy.
And Jonathan, I'll tell you, this is the Cloak of the Wisp.
Okay.
I believe.
I don't know that one. Off the top
What?
of my head. Cloak of the Wisp or Wisp Cloak?
Wisp Cloak, I think.
I'm just dripping blood,
Because of your cool new sword that costs more money than I have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's only half my money.
Ew. Ugh.
So do what I can and finish it.
Yeah. So we all step outside because that sounds like the next fun thing.
Yeah, does Evelina
I
tell-
mentioned that there's someone outside who would like to speak to us. And,
Okay.
So be prepared. I don't really... Their name is Eldritch Quinn.
Okay. He's got an offer.
That we can't refuse.
Oh, look at that, guys. From one business deal to another. Ooh, game plan. Our rates have gone up. Inflation.
Yeah, Righteous, you suddenly hear in your head, not today, but soon. I'm gonna make my way outside.
I love it.
Christ.
Sorry, wrong number.
Oh, see a sheet though.
Evelyn, is that an offer we can't refuse as sarcasm, or actually we shouldn't refuse
I don't
it?
know anything about what they're going to offer,
Oh, okay.
but they apparently know who I am. I don't really know. A lot of people know who I am. It's a whole family thing. Anyway,
That's why you got to change your name like I did.
well,
And walk away from the Everton family name?
It was just a suggestion.
anyway, we should probably go out and speak to them.
I agree completely.
All right. I want to do can I do an Arcana check, kind of, because you said their purple eyes turn blue, and I'm just curious if that looked like a familiar spell to me.
I'm gonna kind of check.
19.
19. I would say the purple, they had some type of effect that was enhancing their sight in some way.
Okay.
More potent than anything that you've run across. You're not sure what it does, but you can tell. You know different things that help with sight and what they might look like. And just from the coloration and the general glow, this was not that, and it was it's more potent than the ones you know about. Whatever that would be.
Okay. All right. So, unless there's something else someone needs to do here, I guess we'll head out.
No, we did give him a key though.
Yeah, we returned the key to the room.
Okay, yeah, you returned the thing. Yep. Assume that was a big deal with that.
I just want to make sure. I didn't need understand.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Absolutely. So, make your way back out, and there is a nearby table, and the gentleman is sitting at the table, blue eyes, black, bushy hair. Now it's kind of looking, they have a thick, it's kind of interesting. They seem to have a type of robe underneath a thick leather jacket. Comes all the way down, almost like a trench coat, down to their shins, that just has pockets. You try to count for a second and your brain kind of hurts.
Okay. Eldridge Quinn, thank you for waiting.
Yes.
These are my partners. Perhaps you already know who they are.
Let's see. And they pull out, you see the contract that you signed with your former employer. Looks like, let's see, we're looking for a Haliburum. A righteous free joy.
Oh, at your service.
Oh, perfect. Have a barrack. And a spark.
I'm pretty sure I signed with a fake name.
Oh, did you? What name did you sign?
I can't remember, but I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
They say your fake name.
Okay, cool.
They say your fake name. Funny fire pants. And
I think I just pulled up a random name generator.
No,
Like
it's
a
fine.
random name.
It's fine. Goes and like a few new faces, just fine. And one name here is crossed out, so I'm assuming they're no longer part of your group.
Was that the smiley face?
No, that
Was
was Ham. Spark.
No, the smiley face was Vera, I thought.
I think
Might
he
have
would
been
have
a
been
joke.
the name that
He
was
means
crossed out.
Ignatius.
Or Ignatius.
Yeah, so he does look. So you do see though that there was Ham's name there, and it is crossed out. Those, I don't know. They must have left your group.
Yeah, Death will do that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I just
It's quite all right.
procured this, you could say.
I'm the smiley face.
Of
I'm
course.
Fire McFancy Pants.
Yes. Anyway, I represent an organization that will say your unique achievements came to our attention in the best of possible ways, I might add. Though complicating some things, somebody would have taken the job had you all not, and maybe would have made things much worse. Secondly, Evelina, we understand you touched some of correspondence from one of our agents.
I see.
A journal.
Correct.
What?
I would like to subtle spell cast detect magic, just so I can not detect magic. I'm so sorry. Detect thoughts. This is a nice interaction. I like to know what people are thinking while they're having these conversations. So it's going back from Evelina to this guy. I'm mostly checking for truth telling.
Yeah, absolutely. You, as you move towards this individual, it's as though there are two intelligences, and one almost bathes itself over the one you are trying to get to. It just says, "Excuse me, you have unauthorized tried to enter my friend's mind. Please desist this effort immediately.
What the fuck?
Do we all hear that?
No,
Jesus
just righteous. As though it's thinking that. And it's not there. He's not looking at you. The thing probably doesn't know that you're doing it.
It just knows something's happening. Yeah.
It is aware of this going on based on other things. But so your subtleness works. It's just they had a defense against
totally.
this type
Yeah,
of
they know when their mind is being read. That makes sense.
When did we learn that spell?
And so I will move my detect thoughts, and I'll let it go passive, but I am going to maintain concentration.
That's fine.
How long does this conversation take?
Why?
I was just wondering.
That is a very ominous question.
I was just wondering if Spark gets bored or not.
Not long. It just depends how long you guys make it take. Really, it's anyway. We I represent an organization that could use skilled archaeologists, treasure hunters, warriors, as a group specifically to procure and make safe items. Somewhat like what you procured for your employer.
To be yeah, we did that. We definitely got the thing and brought it to him on purpose, and we did not fuck that up. Professionals.
Your former employer is quite tricky. We believe he had already made arrangements so that he would be the next owner. So that as long as those he hired could get there, whether they died, perished, or refused, he would get what he paid for.
Of course.
Fair enough.
We are always happy to see a customer satisfied.
This would be exclusive contract with us. And more of a, don't get me wrong, there is payment and recompense, but there is membership, and therefore more that goes on with that type of commitment. However, all jobs are paid for. I want to make that very clear. The values will always be set, and non-negotiable, but generous and fair. And I can guarantee that you will feel good about yourselves at the end of the day. Unlike certain work that is in this world. But it's up to you. Should you wish to know more information, I will be waiting tomorrow.
I'm in.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're happy to talk tomorrow, and you can share more information. Can't you just share it with us now?
No. We will share more information. I have to make certain preparations for the space.
Sure. How about, the group must provide benefits to members.
Oh my god.
No, slow down.
Yes, you are quite right. We provide benefits to members.
If I can't work for anyone else, there's got to be some sort of reason just to work for them, especially for set prices. There's a membership. There's benefits with membership. That makes sense. I would love to know the name of your group so I can do my research properly.
The Storehouse.
Hey, Evelina, isn't that the thing you mentioned earlier?
No.
Oh.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we will.
You may find me. I have a room in the Tumble Downs, a house I've bought for the time being. It's not great, but it is positioned favorably between the rivers, seas, and other bodies of water. Certain purposes, arcane in nature. I have placed a crescent effigy upon it, golden to your eyes, now that we've met, wood to everyone else's. Simply find that in the south area of the Tunnel Downs. Shouldn't be too hard to spot, and by tomorrow morning I will have the room prepared so that only us would know what we said, if you get my drift.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Excellent. So, as you said, there are definitive benefits to this, and privilege. To ease your mind a bit, the exclusiveness has to do with things you would learn as part, and a certain sharing, a promise, if you will. And it is recognized and appreciated.
I have a question.
Of course.
You say the document was from an agent.
Yes, a member.
Borealis was an agent?
We had feared that that would be the correct way to refer to her. Is that confirmed?
Yes.
He actually, as you see his tears tear up. Unfortunate. I mean, we hadn't heard. Yeah, that, they told me that's likely. So, shouldn't be a... Sorry. I apologize for my unprofessionality. But, yes, was.
And Anton. Are they at the university?
Was that the poacher, just so I'm clear?
No.
Okay.
So, that was the one that taught Evelina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Anton is still at the university, yes. He, more of a consultant than a member.
Now that makes sense. When you mentioned my reputation. Very good. We definitely shall meet with you tomorrow. I'm sure we'll all have plenty of questions.
Mm-hmm. And I will be more forthcoming and clear in
private spaces.
My
Absolutely,
space,
sir.
of course. Yes. So, and he gets up and goes, kind of looks around, fiddles a little bit, and changes, kind of shimmers into an illusion spell of a woman, elvish, and walks away.
Evelina,
Yes.
we would love to know more about the people you know that this man knows.
There's not really a direct connection there, but I have a professor, Professor Borealis. When we were in the ruins, I found a document from another Borealis to him. It was more of a goodbye letter.
and Anton. Another
Professor Borealis. Same one.
Oh, same person. A
Isn't that what you
consultant.
mailed?
Consultant, correct. And yes, I did actually send him something today.
Well,
I have detect thoughts on. Does she
No.
think about what she sends?
Yeah.
What does she send?
I sent a letter detailing that information.
Okay.
And I also sent a lot of class assignments that were due.
Secret revealed. Oh, no.
Despite Righteous's best effort, he a little smirk crosses his face.
But I'm not thinking about the other thing I sent.
Oh, well done.
Right to the other place, yeah.
I wouldn't pry or anything.
A chocolate strawberry.
Yeah. So this professor,
that is not going to keep well in 2 months.
he knows about this organization.
Apparently.
Do you trust his judgment?
Absolutely. I trust
I'd
him
love-
more than my own family.
I'd love to learn all that we can about the storehouse. If only there was a magic item that would allow anyone in the party to cast sending to anyone they wanted.
Well, this person lives in Taldore.
Right, the magic spell. He lives in Taldore.
A very far ways from here.
Sure, Evelyn. It's okay, Evelina.
You know, there's a way, but there's a chance it'll fail. I've never met the man.
What do you mean?
I could send a message.
Can you cast sending to people you don't know?
There's a chance it could go wrong.
This is revolutionary to Righteous.
What do you mean by could go wrong? What are the
Well,
possibilities?
if I'm not familiar with them, it's basically a roll of the dice. I may or
And-
may not get the right person.
Does it hurt them if he...
No. I mean, some random person might wake up in
Oh,
the middle of the night with a message
see.
in their head that they have no idea what to do with.
Right, I see what you mean. Okay.
So it's a win-win.
Well, I mean, if you want to give someone some really weird complex that people are talking to them.
Exactly.
I mean, there are... I don't really see what speaking to the professor about this will do to reassure anyone here. But, like I said, he is a very far means from here, and if we did want to talk to him, that's a very long ways to travel.
I don't need to... what we're looking for is just communication. Just as much... friends, we're about to enter into an encounter where knowledge is the most powerful weapon we can have.
That's every encounter.
Very wise, Kara. The more we know about the storehouse before tomorrow morning, the better we'll be for it.
Matt, would I know any other way to get anything to the Lyceum quicker? I doubt I do. I'm just asking.
Sure. In Port Tamale and a few other cities, but you would know in Port Tamale, there's a way to contact, but it's not like it's. You would be judged harshly should it be something that was deemed like unworthy of it. It's more of an emergency. Someone's out to kill me, or something of the Lyceum type of deal, more emergency contact. So it just kind of depends on how well that would be received.
All right. Well,
I don't think it matters that much. Right? I mean,
what his Quinn's story is valid. It makes sense. It follows logic. And also there's substantial evidence to back it up. I don't know if we're ever going to get a guarantee by tomorrow. there might be a way to contact, but it's not likely open to us.
If
Evelyn,
his daughter was part of it,
I'm sorry?
his daughter was a member, right?
I don't know what his relation to that person was. But I'm fairly certain it wasn't a daughter, no.
what I'm saying, Evelyn, and I think what Kira was saying is, when I was in the blood room, I was able to communicate with you using a magic spell. That magic spell could cross planes of existence. It could cross continents. So we could reach him through magical spell. We'd have a limited conversation.
Or we could try to reach out to him and see if he has a means of reaching me, which seems far more likely.
What?
I agree.
He has access to magics that I don't.
Yeah, but like, how are we gonna contact him to contact us? Like, that's
Well-
some wild shit.
Kira,
Well, yes, I could try to send a message.
it's...
And I mean, if our concern is you don't think Quinn is being honest, I don't know what protections he is putting in place, but there is always zone of truth.
I'm not worried about his honesty necessarily. What I'm worried, what I'd like to know what the storehouse is.
Okay, well, we'll just find out tomorrow. I don't
Well-
understand all this fucking drama.
Because tomorrow is the negotiation and today is the preparation. I felt a little off guard with Aaron Tell, and
Right, you
large
guys
sums of
figure
money
out that then.
were described, and Barrick later was a little frustrated with me. Honestly, my friends, I'm a little surprised that me wanting to research a potential employer's character isn't being celebrated as personal growth, but instead is being looked down on.
I think
Not
it's just
being
because
looked
it's
down
rather
on, it's
boring.
just boring.
Actually, I'm supporting your idea. If we're going to do this, Kara, how do you propose we attempt to reach the professor?
Now, was the letter, you said there was a letter to him or from him?
It was written to him, but I don't have access to it because I believe it withered away.
Well,
No, it never withered away.
Oh,
Well,
have it.
they're
I have it?
discussing.
Oh,
You have the journey of the letter, yeah.
Do you have anything
because
that
if I
he's...
have something of his, it makes it a little easier to try to reach the right person.
Yeah, has he like given you any lecture notes or I don't know, homework assignments, a syllabus?
oh yes, lots of things. And I kind of reach into my bag and I pull out a lot of assignments that were given from Professor Borealis.
While they're talking,
There we go.
I'm gonna
Oh.
go plant a bean. This is boring.
All right.
I think we're still in the Underseum.
Continue for your minute.
No, you're outside.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
So the question is, what would you like me to say to them? I have 25 words.
All right, just say to them that Evelina Everton has met the storehouse and requests additional information ASAP.
Okay, you want to roll to see if I get the right person, Matt?
First, Amber, go ahead and roll your D100.
Oh, dear God.
Well, I thought that they would have time to finish their thing because it takes a minute to grow. But
Yeah,
sure.
they will. They will. Go ahead and roll it. I'll call for a second. Sure. Then, Kira, go ahead and roll a D100.
Oh, a D100.
It's a 4.
Okay.
How do I roll a D100 on... I don't know how to do it. You just roll it. I don't know how to do it on this thing.
Okay. You got it. All
I
right. Then it
trust
goes.
you not to lie to me.
Then goes through. So, so you say it. That is the most painful message I ever got. Oh. However, there's a moment where they kind of rate their brain. Do this. I am spent for the day. I will prepare a briefing for Miss Everton and send tomorrow, which is a few hours for me.
By post.
I think I'll be like, I think he was drunk. But he said he would prepare a briefing for you in a few hours.
Oh, fantastic.
He's spent for the night.
Oh, he has the most amazing briefings. You're absolutely going to love them.
Spark's just kind of rocking back and forth on her feet while she's staring at the ground.
Yes. And you kind of look, and as you see Spark rocking, look down that she's staring at dirt that seems wetter than everything else. Pieces start to go through, and as you think we can grab the bead, a geyser explodes into the air, and you taste it.
Best people I've ever met.
And you realize all your clothes are getting stained from wine.
Put a wine scoot over there.
Wine, though.
Guys, I just thought we could use some drinks. While we were talking about all of this. To be fair, like Spark's clothes are all black anyway, so
Yeah, so and some people around go, and then they're like, hey, and they're drinking wine.
Edgar, stop licking this off of my face.
I was right. This is way less boring now.
It persists for around a minute before it dries up. And there's wine everywhere, like in the streets.
Well, celebration, I suppose.
And it shot about 30 feet into the sky. So.
Kira, this happens surprisingly often.
It's not always wine, though. Sometimes the lizard comes and eats it.
That wasn't a lizard.
Sorry,
I've lived my
a frog.
life with the sluttiest dragonborn I've ever met, and you are still the weirdest people I've ever met.
At your service.
I only have 7 beans left, but that was a good one.
You have less than 7 beans. You owe Rowan one.
And you
Yeah,
gave
but
one to
Rowan said I
Evelina.
would hold it, and he would just tell me when to plant
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I have one. I think
Yeah.
he's got control of
So
one.
I've planted 2 now. And
3.
Evelyn,
3.
Yeah, 3.
I've planted 3.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have 6, right? 'Cause
The
Evelyn-
campfire,
Mm-hmm.
the bullet, this one.
And this one.
One to Evelina, one
Yeah.
to Rowan. You have 5 available to you if you
Well,
had 10.
I have 6 because Rowan said I hold on to it.
Right.
Maybe she just bought more at the Underseum. We don't know yet. We'll know tomorrow.
That's true.
We'll head back to the orphanage for the night, obviously. And
Bigger bag of beans.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Or is it a deck of many things? Who can?
Oh, God.
Oh.
No.
You're not giving that to Spark.
What?
I mean, if you want to end the campaign, Matt, you can just tell
Yeah,
her.
I don't know why you guys are so
To
against
draw all the cards at once.
fun.
She was.
I would not.
52 pickup.
Don't lie to us, Amber. You would at least draw 3 cards at once.
It depends on what happens.
oh no!
I've only planted beans when boring things are happening.
All right.
All for it.
With that, we will end for tonight. Thank everyone for the fun. Good night, Twitch. And we will continue with this as well as they can figure out their shopping and meet with Eldritch Quinn to see what is going on. So, with that, we will say goodnight to all of you, and we'll see you next Thursday. Bye.